Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a feel-good Friday night. It's a double-header Friday here at the channel. It's going to be a fun one. We got Smackdown. We got Under Siege. The night before WWE Backlash. We're going to get into all the action and have all your reaction to all of the fun stuff. We got so much to get into, so much to talk about. Get in that chat, hit like, subscribe, be a part of the family, folks. And strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we got WWE Smackdown and TNA Under Siege tonight. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to get into all the action. We already have Rhino in the ring, but we're going to talk about all of it tonight. Get in that chat. Blow it up. I want to see triple digits tonight. Me and that pretty face are going to run you through all your wrestling needs. Lots to talk about. We had a press conference earlier today, and we're heading towards a big pay-per-view tomorrow. Lots to figure out. Are there going to be more matches? Whatnot. But for the next few hours, you are strapped in with Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and Mr. Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and I don't want anyone strapped in with me. But this is also a spoiler-free zone, by the way, because I know, because they were over in France, that it aired earlier today, and we're getting essentially the replay over the U.S., well, North America. But so, yes, Under Siege is live, Smackdown spoiler-free zone.
Yeah, I truly have no idea what happened, so shut up.
Right.
But yeah, it's going to be a fun one. A lot of discussion going into Backlash. Are they potentially adding any more matches? Are they set? Are we going to get a big reveal tomorrow? What's going to happen in the matches themselves? Are we going to get any title changes? But I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not see the press conference today, that French crowd got me pumped for the show.
I heard people already compare it to the Backlash crowd when they were in Puerto Rico.
People couldn't even talk. At one point, AJ was just like, screw it, make all the noise you want.
How did Cody feel, though, with thank you, Roman?
It was his fault. He brought it up. It was his fault. So, yeah, no, I mean, the singing for Bailey, the singing for Tiffy. Naomi kind of got lost in the mix a little bit. But Tiffany's a superstar. She felt like a superstar, but that crowd was with it. They were with everything. Triple H couldn't speak. The wrestlers couldn't speak when they came out. There was a ton of buzz around this show.
They booed when Triple H walked off.
What?
I said they booed when Triple H walked off.
Yeah, I thought they were like, well, maybe you'll come back out if you're loud. And then they played Naomi's music and everyone booed.
Well, when's the last time, respectfully, and I know vitamins and shit makes the brain cells stick together. When's the last time you recall them having a show, especially a prominent show in France?
They haven't. This is their first ever PLE in France. So, I mean, again, they've had some house shows. They do the European tours, but this is epic. And they've made these PLEs like the whole weekend event. You get Friday Night Smackdown. Some places even get the Raw after. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's cool. And I love the vibe because you feel the energy from these people who are about to see something that they rarely get an opportunity to see. So they are amped. They are hyped. They're ready to go. And, again, it's funny. They took a page out of very much the Brits as far as everything's got to sing along to it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they're out there high on that, Grey Poupon and them croissants and them macarons and all of that.
All the stereotypes. Nick trying to offend all our French audience.
Hey, they come at me. You'll fold like your military has.
Oh, snap. Freedom fries. Let's go.
I was going to. Oh, no, I'm not one of them. I got love for the French.
Well, I like the French kiss, and we'll go with that. But that's as far as we're going. But ladies and gentlemen, I see this chat filling up already. We got about 23 minutes before the show starts. Did Rhino win?
Yes, Rhino already won. Now we've got Jake something and Hammerstone. We've got all the backstage discourse setting this up. Did we want to talk about? Well, by the way, shout out everybody in the chat and everything.
Hi, chat.
And it's his birthday and everything. So before we get to there, so happy birthday, Hassan. Do we want to talk about? Did you see the WWE NXT releases?
Yes, I ran through the. I'll be honest. The only name that really jumped off the page was Bear Hill. Our buddy Bear Hill.
Gulak got released.
Was Gulak on the list?
Gulak ended up being almost, well, because he's like halfway. That's the thing, too, of why no one went from the main roster to NXT, because the contracts are different.
Yeah.
So they released Gulak, and I think he might have been on the main roster contract. But yeah, Gulak got released. I have the list somewhere here. Yeah.
I feel bad for Drew.
Daryl Mason got released. Vlad Pavlenko.
Oh, Vlad, we barely knew you.
Right. Ezekiel Balogan. I tried constantly not to say Balogan. Right. My baloney has a first name. It's G-O-N-E gone. Kia Saint, Emma Diaz, Valentina Faraz. I remember Faraz just because I remember the last name. And then Keyshawn LaFleur.
Oh, Farouz got released.
Yeah, Farouz. We perused. Oh. They perused enough and got sick of perusing, and they got rid of Farouz. And like you said, Bear Hill got released, which he had the one thing with Eddie Thorpe when he was out there with Crucifino and Nova and all of that, and then just kind of fell by the wayside. And then Julian Baldi. Cricket.
Was that a member of Tony D's family we didn't know about?
Member of the No Hair Club instead of the No Catch Club. Baldy. But yeah, I guess a lot of the names were on the show that they had on Roku and everything. I can't remember.
Oh yeah. It's an NIL talent. I guess it's some of the talent that they gave some time to, and they're not quite ready yet. So again, we always say here, we don't want to see anybody lose their income or their livelihood. But you imagine they're shuffling some things around. Drew Gulak, rough go. Drew Gulak. I wonder if they're connected. I mean, it would seem.
Oh, it has to be. It has to be. They sat there and wrote this man off TV the second she said his name. They said, we're not getting into none of that shit. Gulak, you can just take a hot minute, take a siesta. We haven't been using it anyways. We will come back maybe when the smoke's cleared or what have you. But yeah, that's got to be 100% from that situation.
Right. As your squad coming out to the ring on TNA right now.
Yeah.
The FBI.
The FBI.
Oh, they're taking on. Hey.
Who?
The Bateri. Is that the
Go ahead. FBI? You got it.
I'm trying to figure out. Is that the FBI peeps?
Yeah, it's the FBI taking on Bateri, Mario Batali, whatever you were trying to say there. Two dudes with yellow face paint.
Yeah, let's go. They glow in the dark. I feel the glow, ladies and gentlemen. So just so everyone knows and up to date, Nick and I are watching Under Siege. The pre-show's on already. And then we are going to get into SmackDown tonight, a very interesting SmackDown. Yes, we know there's some spoilers out there, but we'll see what they have in store for us regardless. And no Rampage tonight. We did that on Wednesday. Oh, fuck.
And no Collision this week as well. No Collision.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got moved. Well, and then I guess now when they come back next week, they're going to be back to back and everything because they keep getting moved around. Do you think that this is what they're kind of ultimately going to do with Rampage? If they just pair it with one of these shows, if they do 3 hours on Dynamite, they do, something like that with Collision, because that seems to be the trend and it seems to be the easiest way to avoid this shit.
I hope not, unless they have a plan for Rampage, because if they continue to do it the way they're doing it now, like this Wednesday was a drag. The Dynamite show itself was weak sauce. and then you got to sit through an additional hour. And I know some of the skid marks out there are going to be very much like, yeah, but the main event rocked because two girls were throwing themselves through barbed wire. It's 3 hours. If you're going to give me a 3-hour show, Tony's got to make it matter. He's got to make Rampage must see. You got to put stuff on Rampage that don't tune away, folks. The last hour of Dynamite is going to be Rampage, and it's going to be good. Like, you can't just give us this fluff shit that you're throwing
But
at
when
us
you
now.
pair that with your main show, shouldn't your main show, that's the double-edged sword thereof. Your main show, the ending of your main show of Dynamite should be your must-see moment, not
Yeah, but I
Rampage.
would.
You got the 3 hours, you turn into Raw.
Yeah, but if you're going to run it 3 hours, you might as well. You got to give people a reason to stay around. You got to give people a reason to care. Booking like Orange Cassidy and fucking Rocky Romero does nothing for anybody. Like, it's a waste of our time. It doesn't make any sense. So again, do I think it should be a 3-hour show? No. But if you are locking in and you're going to move Rampage on top of a Collision or a Dynamite, sell it like it's special, man. Don't treat it like, well, you know, we got moved. Nah, make it special. Make it
But
like,
when you do it like 5 times a month, like, is it really that special?
well, you got to sell us on it. I mean, that's what their shows do every single week. You got to tune into Raw because it's going to be a good Raw. You got to tune into SmackDown because it's going to be a good SmackDown. You must see this week's episode. We got a bonus hour. We are going to blow it up tonight.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, speaking of this week's SmackDown, I'm excited mostly just to see how the crowd reacts. I feel like this is kind of just the pre-show for the pay-per-view, obviously, because we're going to be, by the time SmackDown ends, we're going to be back in almost 12 hours for the start of, you know, Backlash. But I just want to see how the crowd is. I didn't watch any of the press conference. I saw maybe some clips, what have you. Yeah. But I want to see how this crowd is, especially with live wrestling in front of it.
No, I want to see it. Like I said, the press conference was crazy. The energy in the crowd. I hope that carries through. Very interesting tonight. We're going to get a tag title match, and I don't know why it's not on Backlash instead of tonight. But hey, maybe I'm just being picky. And still, we did the preview show for for SmackDown last night, and realistically, what are we looking at? 5 matches?
5 matches, and that's what I was going to say. Is that too little? I know we always complain with Tony Khan with his 14, 15, 16, 17 is too much, but 5 feels like almost too little.
Yeah, and I think we touched on this in our little dirt sheet debate last night of 5 feels too little when you don't have specialty matches. I understand why you had 4. And again, once upon a time, you used to have 8, 9 matches, and a bunch of the matches were like 3-minute matches or thrown out matches because you had these big, you know, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber. I get it. Fine. Shorten those. But Backlash doesn't have anything. So the idea that you're going to have a 5-match show, is the show going to be 2.5 hours?
Well, and is it also, as FBI gets the win here,
Yes,
but is it also a little bit that there's nothing that has a super big story going into this show either? It's not, you know, I can't even think of a pay-per-view off the top of my head because I know SummerSlam, they do huge King of the Ring, all of that, but it's not even like there's no big story between Jey Uso and Damian Priest, I would say. So you're not going to have too many matches that you anticipate are going to go 45, 50, 60 minutes, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's where I'm kind of like you, like, all right, there's not a lot of sizzle. I hope we get a whole lot of steak, but I mean, there's a pretty good story. And I thought AJ and Cody were really good at the press conference today. The crowd was chanting banger. They want a banger. So,
well, and it's, you know, Bullet Club Day and everything. So, you know, you got the Too Sweet and everything. But
yeah,
I want more than anything because I think, like I said, this has the big potential to be, we talked about it even last night, of this has the potential to be like Backlash in Puerto Rico last year, to where wasn't a super stat card, wasn't really much, but that crowd made everything 10 times better. And I really hope and I really feel that this could be the same instance.
yeah, I think so too. I mean, again, if the press conference was any indication of what we're about to get, They're up for it. They're ready for it. Even Triple H pointed out, like, oh, you guys are definitely ready for this.
Right? As I've got Casey Navarro already in the ring. I've got Laredo Kid coming out right now.
This should be a hell of a match.
Oh, absolutely.
Laredo
TNA
Kid.
has still surprisingly been the only one that's gotten, a lightweight, cruiserweight X division over.
Tell that to Jake something.
Well, I mean, you have your few outliers. I will say that, but I'm just saying of like 205 Live was a thing, and then it died. WCW had the Cruiserweight Championship, and then it died.
Yeah.
ECW had about 3 cruiserweights. They called it a division. The best besides this, I would say, would be like New Japan with the junior heavyweights.
Yeah, and I mean, again, like it doesn't surprise me totally. I think there's something there. I'm going to keep an eye on Triple H because he has a whole collection of smaller guys and some that he brought back into the mix.
Right.
I know he kind of played around with like the Ricochet being the first ever speed champion, and that was kind of billed as this, like, with the exception of like a Bronson, but like a lot of Dragon Lee, Pete Dunne, the kind of smaller guys,
right.
Higher tempo. Well, you only got 3 minutes to go, so yeah, I mean, TNA is good. They use the relationships that they have. It's good to see Casey Navarro here. Big fan of Casey.
Oh, absolutely.
And Laredo Kid, who surprisingly beat Crazy Steve, which hashtag support Crazy Steve.
T's and P's for Crazy Steve.
Right.
But do we want to talk to the people? As I see about 60 people kicking it with us, let's see if we can double that and get up to triple digits here.
Let's go, people. I know it's still early. We got about 12 minutes to showtime. But Drew Gulak been released and many more NXT talent. Yep. So we did touch on that. Poor Drew. Drawstring Drew. Poor guy.
Whoa. Yeah. Drawstring Drew. Fuck.
Gable Stevenson as well.
That's so... As much as even with like Odyssey Jones still being drafted, are you surprised that Drew's out, but Gable Stevenson is still there?
Yeah, but is Damien implying that Gable Stevenson is no longer there?
No, I don't know what he was implying with that because I haven't seen anything with Gable getting released. So that was my question.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anything with Gable getting released.
I mean, I hate saying this out loud, but even without any potential allegation of whatever, because I still struggle to buy it. But Drew wasn't doing shit, and he really wasn't moving the needle. I mean, and in all due respect, you could probably release the whole quarter pounder crew, and we wouldn't even notice. And I feel bad for saying that, but it's just kind of the way it's been. Gable Stevenson, yeah, again, he's got a little bit of controversy circling him. I don't know if they're just hoping it dies out and they still see big things in him. It's been one of the weirder things, right?
Right. Well, and I think to really kind of back your point there a bit of, if nothing had been said, if you took all of that outside of that, they're not using them anyways. So them getting released wouldn't feel different if things hadn't been said and what have you. It would have just been, well, they were released and it's a shock name. Yeah. Okay, well, he's a bigger name, what have you, but they weren't doing anything with them. Like you even said, the whole quarter pound catch crew could sit there, and I'm not calling for their jobs, but if they were gone today with all of this, is anyone sitting there of, oh my God, they fumbled the bag, oh, they missed it, oh, what could have been? No, they weren't using them great to begin with. It's still, at the end of the day, a business. Love it or hate it, it's still a business.
Yeah. No, and at the end of the day, you understand what's happening, especially if there's going to be WWE talent moving back to NXT. And again, it goes back to that idea where people used to say that Vince would hoard talent just because, well, we just cleared out some people. And by the most of those cuts, Nick, it was people that at this time didn't make it. They're like, a lot of them are young talent that, we took some other people instead of you. Better luck next time.
I knew 3 names on that list of 10 people. Respectfully, we watch everything in pro wrestling. We've even been out here watching NXT Level Up before. I knew 3 people on that list.
Right. Damien, and then people use it as the opportunity of, oh, damn the WWE. Oh, shut up. Can't be mad about every ant that gets stepped on.
Well, and then on the side note, though, Seth re-signed.
Seth resigned, and again, I mean, a lot of people talk about the potential of people, Drew McIntyre, Seth, Becky going to AEW. Guys, they know what platform they on. They know how it feels to be in the upper echelon. Like, it's hard to level down, and again, you can't go from the well-oiled, well-marketed machine that is WWE and just pluck yourself out of the main. Like, yeah, some people will go to AEW.
Monet.
Right, but if you're an upper echelon talent, why would you leave?
Yeah, some people. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I was gonna say some people are just chasing the Monet, and some people think that they deserve more Monet and everything than they actually do because they feel a little bit more emboldened in their talents than what's actually there.
Hey now, Monet.
Monet,
Roddy, good to see
Monet.
you, Jamie, and good to see you. Kevin, welcome back. Welcome back. Asin, happy birthday. Thanking Big Nick for the love. But welcome back, Asin, as well. Boston, you're late like a period. Pause.
Whoa.
Bradley, good to see you. Jason, good to see you. Alex, good to see you. Dale, oh, the OG Dale. Welcome back, sir. Rhino for the win. Yeah, we're not going to count any of that towards a prediction belt.
Well, I was going to say, because Bradley mentioned that the champ is here and everything, so I don't know if we're counting just the main show for
just the main
Under
show.
Siege, and even then, still, if you win it tonight, you're probably going to lose it by the time you get through Backlash, or you'll at least be defending on Backlash. So by the end of Backlash, we will have potentially a new predictions champion.
Potentially. Good luck, Bradley. Michael, good to see you. Welcome. Not sure who you're calling a hoe. Steven Chambers, welcome back in the house. Do you guys see any title changes Under Siege? Not really.
Yeah, I'm going through the ton of matches right now. Well, shoot. Wikipedia has this with Laredo Kid versus Rich Swann for later tonight, so must have been conflict there. But yeah, and there's not too many even titled matches on tonight, so I don't see anything switching. Backlash, I could see some titles switching, but we'll get there.
Right. So this is what happened on SmackDown. Anthony, good to see you. But yeah, haha, knock it off. Big Dog, welcome back. I thought you guys would be wearing your derby hats tonight. Why? Is it
no, I wore a derby hat and it got hit by a bus.
Good to see you, Christian. Welcome back. I hope you've been taken French classes. I took French classes for my entire childhood and then gave up at like the first chance I could.
We had the elective between Latin. What?
You said we had. I just yelled out we.
Oh, I was like, what?
Tabernacle.
The Tabernacle. Yeah, we had the elective between Latin, Spanish, and French. I took French because I lived close to the border and then proceeded to continue to get thrown out of French class just because I was a disturbance and all of that. And just, yeah, I was no good in French. No. As we've seen on stream, I am no good at French.
Facts. As we get a huge Spanish fly.
I've got Laredo Kid winning.
Yeah. So I'm getting the replay of the big Spanish fly. Big W. Go. Laredo Kid, still your X Division champion, folks. Drew Gulak, Boa, Valentin Ferruz. Boa got released. I missed that name, but Boa had been walking around backstage for about a year now, just in the background of everyone else's shit.
What? Well, that's the thing is I know Boa as Boa. I don't know him as any other name. So what other name was he under that where he got released?
I don't know. The fact checkers, we're listening.
Right.
Wink, Big Dog. Tatanka Jr. got released. Is that true?
He's talking about Bear Hill.
Bear Hill? Bear Hill's out.
Yeah, Bear Hill.
Rick, good to see you. Damien, we got you already. AJ, welcome back. Scored some great herb, man. Yeah, right.
He picked up from Trey Bear Hill when he was leaving the fucking performance center. That's what it was. He said he got it from the Reds. He was getting it right from Bear Hill there.
There you go. Ethan Page is a free agent. A lot of talk about Ethan Page. I like Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page has got a lot of talent. He's a guy that could end up back in TNA. He's got good history there.
he could end up there. He could end up in. I could see him in WWE. Honestly, last I saw, he put out a video earlier today of kind of talking about it, but it was more of like, ha ha ha, nudge nudge, wink wink. Last I saw is, I guess, the next Wrestling Revolver show, May 17th. He's showing up on that. That's the most that I've seen as far as what he's doing. But I guess this was down the pipeline. This wasn't like a surprise. He had been wanting out for months.
Right. Could Ethan Page fit in NXT? KJ,
Yep.
Nick? Yeah, absolutely. I believe that's somebody that would have to go through the process. He does have a relationship with Rude, so maybe there's a connection there. Again, we know his history with Josh Alexander and TNA. That's a possibility, but it looks like on the onset, he's going to do what a lot of the talent are doing now, of go on a little bit of a victory lap around the indies, collect some paychecks, and put some shine on yourself. Show what you can do. Does anybody remember the last Ethan Page encounter? I don't.
No. But, I mean, all ego couldn't fit in with the douche canoes. He's out there with Logan Paul, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory. I think that works perfectly.
When they were doing the Scorpio Sky American Top Team angle, I thought Ethan Page was the standout. Like, he was the one that you really noticed in the whole thing. Like, even when he kind of gave up and he was just like laying on the turnbuckle and shit, he has that level of charisma and attitude. I don't know why he couldn't get used in AEW, but I mean, that's an ongoing question mark.
Because we got to have 17 segments of Tony Khan getting hit in the belly button and taking a back bump.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No stream yesterday, no TNA. We did stream yesterday, AJ, and as people are slowly learning, Thursdays are going to be a lot of special streams and a lot of original content. We will check on TNA during the shows and important nights. But essentially, to be full disclosure with our fan base, it's a numbers game, and it just is what it is. So we will be live every single Thursday, so tune in, don't miss. But TNA might fall a little bit to the back burner outside of their specialty shows.
We only got so many hours in the days, and we want to be able to do some original content and everything for y'all folks and everything. And that's the thing, is somebody had to get released, like the NXT releases. Somebody had to get released. So TNA is the Drew Gulak of this situation.
Right. Someone had to get kicked in the shins. We apologize. Right. But again, it's for us, it's the analytics and the numbers. And if there's a huge outcry and demand for more TNA, we'll be right back on it like a jackrabbit. But as of right now, I mean, we're getting more people at our streams and they're getting pay-per-view buys. So,
well, and that's the thing, is like, we want to be able to create, and do original content and everything like that. And if there's so much wrestling that we can't find the times.
So much wrestling in the LBC.
LBC's got a Harvey and KJ and this big OD.
Anthony back again. Larry Mack, good to see Mike Clayton's in the house. Nevsky's back with us. How you doing? Casey J, welcome. Hope you and the Turtles are doing well. Chris LeClaire, welcome back. Anthony saying press conference was crazy. They even started a Naomi chant. Yeah, but Naomi kind of got lost in the shuffle, like I said, a little bit. She got love. Don't get me wrong. It was just Tiffany was getting so much love, and then of course the Bailey song. Everybody just.
Do I have to learn the French version of?
Just the English version. They said, "Fuck it."
Okay. My people. See, I love the French people.
There you go, Anthony. Were you handstand twerking when Naomi came out? There's a visual for everybody.
No. I have now, by the way, right now on SmackDown, and I've got the FBI warning.
I guess forever. I was watching the Vancouver game. Go Cody. I got Cody Rhodes.
How did you get ahead of me? I got together.
Let me know when you get Cody Rhodes smiling and putting on his glasses.
All right, I'll let you know when I get there.
I got him frozen on a funny face. Ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown is starting off. Be a friend, tell a friend, get in this chat. Nick, don't miss your cue.
I'm trying. I've got castles and everything. I've got the French countryside.
See, you missed the cue.
No, I've got Cody walking out right now with the fucking glasses on as he takes them off and everything.
There we go.
See, I was ahead of the fucking queue.
I missed the castles. That's why I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
AJ Styles walking in the building as well.
Right.
But get in that chat. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. It's going to be a fun one here tonight. We got lots to get into. And again, it is the night before Backlash. We will be here live tomorrow morning, 11:45 a.m., bright and early. So wake, bake, do the things you got to do. Grab your snacks, grab your bacon, and join us for a brunch with the boys.
Right. We got you covered on all the matches and all the mimosas.
Jason, good to see Casey Navarro got that one. Greg, Kyle, Easy Bake, Christopher.
Yes, I've got the flyover drone as we are in Lyon, France.
What's up, Daniel? Welcome back. Ricky back in the house.
We're already. Hey, Bailey. Ooh. I want to know, will you be my girl?
Start the night off with good energy. We're not fucking around.
But this is already a good sign for me because, like I said, I was worried if we're going to get, are we going to get a Winnipeg crowd or are we going to get a Puerto Rico crowd? So it looks like we're getting a Puerto Rico crowd.
Yeah, no, I really don't have a whole lot of fear about this crowd. Like I said,
they're packed to the gills.
Yeah. Did you see the clips from them in Italy? It looked like they were just on top of each other. Like it was packed.
It's so hey, when you have other people that want to talk about wrestling going global and all of that, I mean, if the shoe fits, you might as well wear it.
Right. Good to see you, Gordon. Alexis, good to see you as well. I think I said hello to Boston. Bradley, the current predictions champion. Scott Rizzo looking sharp in that Wrestling for Life Network t-shirt. Love to see it. And I think I got most everybody, but thank you all for being here. I hope everyone's happy, healthy, and safe. We got a French announce crew. We got
with Pierre Escargot.
There we go.
But yeah, no, as I'm getting a Naomi entrances, we're getting a crowd shot on TNA. But yeah, Eric Young, Josh Alexander versus Steve Macklin, Frankie Gazarian, not Kazarian, Gazarian will kick off Under Siege. Hachu. As I believe we're kicking it off with SmackDown with a multi-woman tag match here.
Yes. I got Dolph Ziggler, so we're building up the hype package for the main event.
I got Macklin coming out right now.
Let me see.
Am I ahead or behind?
I have
a replay of Naomi, and I have Reinhold and Hannah Finn, the announce team there.
I got just the black screen.
Okay, so I'm ahead of you on that.
Triller kicked me out.
Oh, boy. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, it just went black, and then it sent me back out to the login screen.
What the
We'll get back to that. It's the night before Backlash, and all through the house, not a TK was stirring, not even a mouse.
Not even his neck brace.
Right. Hi, here for Under Siege. I saw SmackDown.
Well,
you get both. You're spoiled, bonkers. You get both.
Yeah, as I've got Tiffany coming out right now as where was it?
Tiffany looking good, ready to go.
Right.
And you know what? It's funny because she's such a natural heel, but she's getting over with the Tiffy time shit's getting over. The energy in the crowd is getting over. Like, she's become a star.
He has the it factor. You can't describe what the it factor is, but it's one of those you know it when you see it type of shits.
Her and Charlotte's going to be fun because that's a
mirror match. That's the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
I am you. You are me.
We are you.
Right. Speaking of We Are You, as I've got all of Damage Control coming out right now.
That's funny.
But this
one's for you.
Enough of the Bailey crap. Nah, you can have that. I'm gonna keep doing it. But no, I like Rapunzel here saying, did you see your guy's channel made it into another YouTuber's video about Cody finishing the story?
I don't know if I saw that one. Maybe.
I didn't see that one, but I know that we've been shout out Geekbox, Kayfabe Clips. I think there's a couple other people that we've been in good number of other, compilations and everything like that. So shout out.
We're getting quite popular with the reaction crew. We're not going to, humbly. Me and Triller are having a fucking argument right now.
Fair enough.
All right, I'm not trilled about this service.
You ain't trilling it.
I ain't trilling it.
As I've got Bianca coming out right now. Well, if you want to take SmackDown, I can talk about TNA if you want while you do it or whatever.
Oh, there we go. I finally got Macklin on the screen.
Okay, well, I've got EY in the ring, so let me know.
Yes, I got EY hanging over the top rope now.
Yeah, I just got him taking off the helmet as I've got Bianca Belair whipping the hair back and forth.
So, folks, if you're watching right now, we will take a prediction on Under Siege. We got a tag match about to come up. And on SmackDown, we got a huge match coming up. A storm is coming. That's provocative.
No one knows what it means, but it gets the people going.
Stoner Jesus. It's there's no way we should miss you. By the way, pal, if you do have the link, by all means, send it to one of our socials or the Discord. We'd love to see it. We don't get them all. We don't always get tagged or notified that we're in these videos. And then we'll find one like months later, like, oh, shit.
Yeah, or they'll like pop in our chat and be like, hey, guys, I've been using you. It's like, oh, hi, I had no idea.
Yeah, but go check out our friends. Go check out Geekbox. Go check out the other pages, like Nick said. We've been highlighted a few times, and we're really appreciative of what those people do. So thank you for spreading the gospel. That is Wrestling for Life Network.
Absolutely, 100%.
Mr. Golfer, did they sell out? Yeah, no, they're sold out in Lyon.
They're packed in there like fucking sardines, my guy.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's a seat in the concourse or anything.
Yeah, they're pretty much using a fucking tablet for their fucking screen. Like the Triple H said he was going smaller stages. Shit, he's barely got a fucking dressing room walkway.
Yeah, you've got just a barricade of a ramp to walk out, and that's about it. So we're getting Bayley, Naomi, Bianca, and Jade taking on Tiffany and Damage Control.
So it's Destiny's Child with Bayley and
versus
Damage
K-pop
Control with Tiffy. What?
K-pop meets, pop.
K-pop versus the Survivors. Let's go.
All my women who independent. I just realized Naomi's out here in the French flag colors.
The shots from
sorry, they're just still going with the
yeah, the same thing. Like they would not stop. Oh, look, listen to them though.
This is
Dude, you're wondering what the energy is going to be like. Here we fucking go.
Absolutely, and that's the thing is, come tomorrow, Tuesday or come Saturday. Von Wagner's not there anymore, so I can't say come Tuesday, but come Saturday. This crowd is going to be 10 times more hyped. They're going to be on the scales, on the escargot, on the macarons, and just losing their minds.
See, this is what I want from some more of the American crowds. Like, as she's doing her backflip, as Bianca goes in the backflip, gets a near fall, you hear the crowd with every move.
But see, like we said with the Winnipeg crowd and everything, of that certain matches, certain shows, certain productions, everything like that, call for it and elicit that response from the crowd versus other times you just kind of do some stuff and everybody just kind of sits there like, they did.
Yeah, I don't get it. The tennis crowd, it's weird to me.
Yeah, but I think that's on how it's presented, how it's built. Like I said, you don't go to a fucking movie to sit there and just be unhappy.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Like when we talked about it this week, is like putting the onus on everything and anything but yourselves is getting ridiculous, and it is actually starting to make my head hurt. Like, there's constantly goalposts moving and excuse making, especially.
I'll say this, and we can get back to the matches and the chat and everything like that. But it's like Jimmy Smith, like the clip that we were all sharing in our group chat and everything like that. When it come to talking about Ronda Rousey, as I'm in a commercial on SmackDown, they want all of the credit, none of the blame.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. So when things are going good, they're going good because of us. But when things don't go great, it's everybody else plotting against us. It's everything's working against us. It's no, you can't have it both ways,
right? As we head into the first commercial break on SmackDown, I got Josh Alexander in the ring with Frankie Kazarian right now. Kazarian in control, getting a near fall. But folks, get in that chat, make it live. I want to see triple digits. So let's go, let's go, let's go.
Right. Absolutely. This building isn't small, ain't it? No, not at all. I believe it's the same arena that they're probably holding Backlash in too. Like they kind of, did that with the last Backlash in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, 100%. Like they said, they turn them into these weekend things. That's partly why I think Vegas has a really good chance to get the next WrestleMania. I know other places really want it, like Minnesota, but
I've heard that Minnesota's pretty much out. That they're not even, from what I've heard, is that it's pretty much Vegas. Minnesota's all but out of this situation.
Okay.
That it's pretty much going to end up being Vegas.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm down. I think it would be amazing.
That would be, to me, would that potentially feel like the biggest WrestleMania? Because we've seen the gravitas and the pomp and circumstance that they do when you do it in a city like Philly, or you do it in Orlando, or you do it in, LA. LA was pretty great. You do this in Vegas, you've got all the casinos, you've got every other fucking thing to bring people into Vegas, and you add WrestleMania on top of that. Holy shit.
Yeah, an absolute melting pot of just, and again, like you said, the pop and circumstance of it all, over the top, huge, great opportunity, huge access to, even as far as bringing celebrities in, you got a whole bunch of people that are already there, you don't have to really go looking. So I think, there's definitely a potential to have an absolutely epic event, but that becomes the anticipation, right? Is everyone should be better. If 42 is in London, let's go. I hope it's in Wembley. I hope it's 90,000 people in Wembley.
If not, it'll be just like 35 and they'll just add them together or something like that. It's 90,000.
But I think it's a great opportunity. But again, we are off and rolling. The crowd's into it. The energy's great. Romanowski's in the house acknowledging. Mr. Golfer saying the crowd's really into it. Hagen, good to see ya. This building ain't small. No, it's not. I couldn't find the official attendance, so maybe
you talk to the people as I see if I can.
Naomi is repping her French her French motif tonight.
Omelette du fromage.
Sup, Kareem? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Dale's taking Team Jade. I wonder. I'm gonna go Team Tiffy just as an upset.
I see where you're going with that, because if the baby faces win tonight, they're not winning tomorrow. It'd be a little redundant. So I see what you're going with there. And I mean, I kind of want to pull for Tiffany. And I mean, what if they're like we talked about, if Tiffany wins 12?
Right. Never fear. Larry's here. We never miss you, buddy. You can take that any way you want. Nick B, good to see you guys watching wrestling tonight. No.
Never. Why would you think a Wrestling for Life network channel would be watching wrestling? What?
Not only that, we're watching double the wrestling, as we do have TNA Under Siege still going. Macklin and Kazarian taking on Josh Alexander and EY, Eric Young. Again, 4 great superstars in the match.
Absolutely. Sorry, I went to Wrestling Picks on Twitter to see if they had the ticket sales, and they did not.
Yeah, I was having trouble finding it as well. EY and Josh for the win. Team Jade for the win. We are back to the action right now, by the way. And Bailey just gets run into Asuka's butt.
That's a rear view if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. The Kabuki Warriors using the ass of Asuka as a turnbuckle.
This crowd is just live for every second of this. And that's the thing, is that I think, like you've said it, we've said it, of why so many shows are moving to them going overseas and everything. It's flexing their, I guess, big con energy of we can fill out these arenas, we can have these huge events and everything. But the crowds are just frothing at the bit for fucking pro wrestling. That a shoulder tackle, we're losing our fucking mind. We're throwing croissants and macarons in the air and shit like that.
It's fact. Tiffy time. There you go. Are we going to get more than 3 pay-per-views in America per year? This is ridiculous. Listen to the American getting all upset. No, you'll still get more than 3, I think. And again, I think it will be ebbs and flows. I don't think it's because you'll see an influx. They'll go back to the States. I mean, we're going to get SummerSlam in Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland, the armpit of America.
The Pepe Le Pew of America.
No. Don't invoke that name, but yes, the brown, the magic elf that the Cleveland Browns have of America.
If you're from Cleveland, let us know. Let us know.
You just hate me now.
You guys watching wrestling tonight? This is my favorite question of the week. I'm back. Sorry for the delay. Had to get food. Never be sorry for food and drink. Chin chin.
Facts.
Oh, by the way, Jaden, big pump kick, big choke slam.
Goddamn choke slam.
She looked good, man. Sasha who? Sasha who? Thank you so much, pal. Appreciate it. This building is small. No, we got that one. Size doesn't matter sometimes, man.
Well, and that's the thing, though, is we've talked about it of certain other 3. We're getting the little tandem tag team offense there.
They practice that shit.
See? Yeah, sits there and like corkscrew handsprings into Jade and then gets power slammed into a pin. But
it's a dominator. She sets herself into a dominator and then gets dropped on the opponent. It's crazy.
Right.
But you really see the advantage of having a performance center, of having live shows where you can iron this shit out in front of a live audience, not try and learn. Oh, what the fuck? Dakota with
a handspring kind of Pele KOD. KOD from Bianca on Dakota. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Bob's your uncle.
The leader taking the fucking pin.
Well, you keep the tag team title holders strong before their match at the pay-per-view, and you keep Tiffany strong before her match at the pay-per-view. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, again, does this mean maybe Damage Control finds a way to beat Bianca and Jade tomorrow?
Can we just say that Jade, Bianca, and Naomi are the best trio in pro wrestling right now? Like, fuck your fucking Golden Bucks, your Acclaimed, your House of Black. Like, this is the best trio right now.
Right? Let's go.
I'm just all about the fucking personality and everything behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. As we get a replay, Tiffy eating the big belly.
Belly to Bailey.
Belly to Bailey. Bailey. And then the KOD to Dakota. We're watching Blood Ballet tonight. Moxley's favorite.
Why?
Yo. What's up, MK? How you doing? Jay's in the house. What's the song they are singing about Bailey?
So I'll slow it down for everybody. It's hey Bailey. Ooh. I wanna know, will you be my girl?
Nick Shady over here. I'll slow it down for everybody.
Hey, you. All right. We wanted to know. I mean, I thought I
we wanted to know.
Girl, will you be my girl?
Deanna Praza is way better than Mercedes. Facts.
There's a lot of people way better than Mercedes, but
I've got
Waller and Theory. Bro, their titles look so much better than the other ones. Like, it's not even deniable.
A really nice looking title. A really nice looking title, Nick. You're not wrong at all.
Right.
We're 8 away from 100, now 11. So let's
Yeah.
let's go. If you know anybody, send them this link. I don't care if they even like wrestling. Just tell them to come over here and say hi. Let's go. Let's get to triple digits, folks.
They may not be a fan of wrestling, but they will be a fan of us as EY and Josh Alexander pick up the win. The team headgear, as I just realized now at this point in the match, that EY is wearing the same headgear as Josh Alexander. I thought it was just like me and my mini.
I will call him Mini EY.
Me. I will call him Mini Alex.
Right. Slow Jams by Nick coming soon.
There ain't no, there's a lot wrong with that.
The WWE could have the biggest mania ever with the attendance if they would go to South Africa and Johannesburg. Is the 200K stadium? Maybe one day, maybe one day.
Just because the arena is there doesn't mean that they will exactly fill it. Like, and that's the thing is, I'd rather have, you know, X amount of people that are waiting to buy tickets to get in, and I've got X amount in the arena that are losing their mind versus I've got 200,000 and mum's the word.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, again, you never say never, but I think there's other places on the map they land first. All American Wrestling show. Did y'all see the news about Seth Rollins? Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Got our fingers on the pulse of it, my friend. But yeah, I mean, big news about Seth, and I don't think I wasn't surprised. I know you're not surprised.
No, that was just, and then what? Like, okay, and then what? Like, we all knew he was re-signing.
Yeah. I got a heel Randy Orton as one of Cody Rhodes' opponents, and a heel Tommaso Ciampa as one of Cody's opponents. I like both.
So, well, no. So I'll ask you this: as we're in a hold up for we're running through the matches. I thought we were about to get the women's tag match for Under Siege, which I'm all not about. Outside of, I love me some Dani Luna, but yeah, fuck Alicia. Sorry, anyone out there watching us named Alicia, it's not aimed at you. But how do you feel? Have you heard? Have you seen of Meltzer? And I'll say this strongly, Meltzer reporting that WWE has said that or the backstage consensus is they have no plans for Cody Rhodes till about SummerSlam, what have you, when Roman Reigns, The Rock come back.
Meltzer's fucking clueless. And instantly you saw what the plan was. You see what they're doing now. They didn't just like wake up one day and say, oh, maybe AJ Styles. They knew it was going to be AJ Styles. Anthony talked about this last night, Speak of the Devil. But you know, where Triple H is seen in the documentary talking about like, they know in October what they're doing in April. Like, let's be real. There's a plan. Dave Meltzer just makes shit up. He doesn't have sources. He doesn't have friends. He just makes it up. And if he thinks it's somehow advantageous to the AEW is better narrative, he'll say shit like that. They definitely have. Listen, they have a plan. Let's not be stupid.
Oh, that's undeniable. Like, oh, they don't have a plan, but AEW has a plan for Swerve. They're just failure to execute. We've said it before. If people at this point, if you're going to source Dave Meltzer, source us, because we have the exact same amount of credibility, the exact same amount of sources, everything like that as Meltzer does. So 100%, we're probably going to be more accurate than even he is. He's out there just off in fucking Looney Tune land.
He's out there guessing. And again, it's whatever sounds best to his.
He's clawing to stay relevant, and it's fucking painful to watch.
Well, it's hard to stay relevant with.
You were fucking eyed on something there.
Yeah, no. My contact.
So I was gonna say, I got Rosemary and I got all the women backstage. So I was like, what are you fucking focused on?
I got Decay coming to the ring, and then we got a little bit of an argument between Belair and Bayley. Heel turn back. Heel turn for Bianca.
We talked about this last night. We've mentioned about this before. That was kind of teased before Naomi and Jade showed up.
Absolutely.
Right.
Go back to last Friday.
Fair enough. Don't worry. I've got just a douchebag on my screen on TNA.
Jade is turning on Bayley. Also, Bayley showed she may turn heel again. The first part of that, you had me. I think Bailey's going to stay the way she is for quite a while. I don't see her really digging back in. Quite yet, but yeah, I could definitely see Destiny's Child turning.
Jay becomes the Beyonce.
Right.
No, you won't see anything of a turn until I think, spoiler alert, I think we talked about this on our predictions. I think we all had Jade and Bianca becoming new women's tag team champions. I think that'll lead to the fallout, the discontent, and the split between the two of them versus anything involving Bailey.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm happy the Damage Control are getting drafted to Raw. Also, don't have to see a Bianca Belair versus Damage Control feud anymore. So Alex, happy about the change.
Well, and there is some aspects like that that are interesting. Of you have now this kind of divide, but granted, we still could see some trades. Do you think that we have any people win championships and then they get traded, what have you?
Maybe. I'm really curious to see where they go. As Ash by Elegance coming out to the ring on TNA. I think she's having a TBD match.
Why is she wearing a garlic necklace?
I don't know. But Carmelo's in the back with Nick Aldis, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 100 people. Thank you for that triple digits. Let's keep it going. Let's get to 125, 150. Let's see what we can do tonight. Be a friend, tell a friend. And remember, we are back tomorrow morning, 11:45 a.m. We might be on a little bit earlier than that, but make sure you get up, get your breakfast, and join us for Backlash tomorrow. Bobby and Carmelo.
Brunch with the boys, 100% wake and bake. And yeah, Bobby and Carmelo back here. And Bobby looking like swole Hugh Hefner here. Milk chocolate Hefner out here with Bobby Lashley.
Dave Meltzer's clueless. That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Desmond, good to see you. Scott, good to see you. No date tonight, so I'm here. Glad we could be your backup plan.
As we're getting a little bit of the tension here between Carmelo and everything. Of Bobby saying, you won at Cody and you lost. Melo comes back with, when's the last time you shot your shot?
Interesting.
I really like that Carmelo went up to the main roster and you're instantly getting him involved in shit. He's not just, well, you're the young kid, you've got to prove yourself. I mean, he kind of had his little bit of a run up there before, but now he had a match with Cody. Now he's in something with Bobby. Like, they're using Carmelo Hayes up on the main roster here.
Yeah. As out come Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Man, it was funny because even at the press conference today, I couldn't help but get like all the music is so generic. And I know I've been like one of the last people to beat this drum because I don't care.
We had this argument.
But it's just, there's nothing cool. Like, again, there's nothing overly great. Every single one of them has a little cheer at the beginning or a saying at the beginning and then just, elevator music.
What is the most current pro wrestling theme that you listen to?
Within the WWE, it's not many.
That's why I asked the question. I
don't even know if I could tell you one that I'd be like, oh, make sure I get that in.
I think
outside of
the probably be like Roman.
Really?
Which I don't even think that's a Def Rebel one.
Probably not. I don't have a date either. Oh.
Where are your dates? Guys. Double date. Speed dating.
There you go. Bobby gave Mello good advice for free. There you go, Mike. Danny the Great Owens done it.
Words, English, doing are you how?
Right. Ash versus Havoc happening right now, by the way.
Let's go Havoc.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be the
she's case. Just right now, Jessica Havoc's just ragdolling Ash by Elegance.
Fans going back to Tuesday trying to stir her. KJ, did you like Ava's outfit? Again, at least she wore a full-length jacket. That was an improvement, I guess. AOP wins. Scarlett interferes on the ropes. Definitely possible. Officer Cluster Nut. Walnut PD.
I didn't think you read out the whole thing.
I had
You
to.
read out
I
the
had to. It
whole
was there. I
thing.
couldn't avoid that. I had to read it, all of it.
Officer Doofy reporting for duty.
Right. Dale, yes, thank you. Vlogged. Harlem Heat, says Jay randomly. But yeah, folks, we are in commercial break with SmackDown right now. And on TNA, we have Havoc taking on Ash by Elegance. Get your predictions in. Let us know what you think. How you feeling about Backlash? How you feeling about SmackDown? How you feeling about the draft? And anything else that's on your ass of mind. Get in that chat. We're still flirting with triple digits. So get in there. And if you're watching us right now, take our link. Share it with all your people.
Fair enough. And I think I finally figured out what people are actually responding to, like with Harlem Heat and everything. When I asked, what's the most recent wrestling song that you listen to?
Oh,
And
okay.
everything with Harlem Heat code. Well, because I said, well, then there's Odd saying Shinsuke has a killer entrance.
Yeah.
And then J-Boy saying, "Are you ready?" by AC/DC when that was the SmackDown entrance.
I hated that as the SmackDown opening. I really did.
I still listen to Union Underground there, you know. Forget the love, the moment.
It's a start. There you go. It's a start. You're not wrong. I got me for the win, says Scott. Fair enough.
There you go.
I got AOP for the win.
When did we start talking about the AOP match? The AOP match isn't happening.
I thought the AOP match is coming up next after the commercial break.
Oh.
U.S. crowds are spoiled, says Brandon Bean. Somebody mentioned WrestleMania coming to Canada. We've had 2, so you never know. I mean, and it's always been here. I wonder if Montreal or out west could get a Mania sometime.
It would be Montreal way before it's out west. I'll say that.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, well, not to fucking bag on Winnipeg, but do you see them having a WrestleMania in, Winnipeg or Edmonton or something?
Yeah, but
like
Winnipeg's a show. Edmonton, very much so. The Edmonton's especially with what they have set up down there. Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver would probably be the 3 that I could see being in contention. Vancouver, definitely the front runner out of the 3. Montreal would probably be the front runner out of, if you threw them.
Montreal is the absolute front runner. Calgary, I'd say maybe second. I'm just being partial now because I like Calgary.
No, as far as what the cities are doing and the size and Vancouver would be there. But Ash by Elegance picks up the win.
Ash by Flatulence picks up the win.
And we are coming back to so we're recapping some of the draft stuff again. Havoc for the win. That's a wrong answer.
Bro, I still swear to God, what is up with this fucking garlic necklace? She's now choking out Jessica Havoc with a necklace of garlic. Like she's a fucking vampire.
She's a vampire. Blade. Right. The French love bakeries. They're known for their pastries. That is true.
I'm going to move on from that.
AOP for the win. Cha-ching. Here's what's on my mind. On Thursday, I made a good impression on a girl I met at the deli. Was she checking out your meat? Sorry, bad joke. While I was getting breakfast, and I'm excited for the big day sports tomorrow. What a transition. I met a girl at the deli. Can't wait for sports tomorrow.
I met a girl that I once knew. Christian, I appreciate you. There's a difference between us and your journal, my guy.
Dear Wrestling for Life Network.
No
We're turning into Dear Abby out here.
Hey, I mean, fuck it. If you want to do some shit like that, we got the member streams for you. We got all the hookups. Right. We got all the buttons, all the gizmos and gadgets that you can click on. We can hook you up with that. When it comes to the live streams, maybe not the same audience, my guy.
Right. Havoc for the win. 2-0, says Bradley. Toronto over Montreal. Generally, like that's the first 2 were in Toronto. I imagine if they do it again, it will either be Toronto or Montreal.
Yeah.
But so generally, Toronto.
Right. As I've got the Fallen Testament. So, yeah, we are getting the... All right.
Hello.
So we are getting the match. I literally forgot what we were building up to on SmackDown for some reason. As we've still got Ash by Elegance just dog walking and now DDTing on the walkway of Jessica Havoc.
Yeah. Yeah, Jim Johnson, but there's got to be other people out there that can do it. And you know what? I just want them to be, they should just be a little more open about licensing music. If they can find some good music that they can license, that it doesn't break the bank, which I mean, really, what's going to really break the fucking bank?
Shit, Solo's music is in Stevie Stone and everything like that.
Mhm.
Like, have somebody that's, if they're willing to work with WWE or what have you, like, remember, I know people didn't like a ton of the theme songs and everything, but like, you know, when you had Run DMC doing the DX theme song and all of that, like, there's shit like that was kind of cool. Disturbed doing Stone Cold.
Yeah.
That's honestly my favorite Stone Cold entrance music.
Not bad, not bad. As I got Speedball Mountain with the Deleter of Worlds.
It's amazing that Mike Bailey has the name Speedball, but Matt Hardy's looks like the one who did a Speedball before this match.
Well, and he's back there. Yeah,
he's back there. Back there.
Yeah. And Mike Bailey's like the calmest dude ever. Then this guy over here,
fucking Daniel's son, but he's got the name Speedball. But
right,
literally, I think that's why Matt Hardy and Tony Khan couldn't go exist. They're like, we're both just on a different plane of existence, so we can't exist. They both looked like they were just out of their fucking mind constantly.
Right. As I got Pete Dunne jumping onto
Kimura, blind tag, and then Tyler Bate.
All right.
Both men just teaming up on Razor, I believe, or Akam. Well, because Authors of Pain is the whole play on Occam's Razor.
Yeah.
So
there you go. KJ, have you heard the capacity? No, we haven't quite established what the actual number of but tonight is the highest grossing SmackDown of all time.
Of all time? Of all time.
Of all time.
Forever.
Too easy for a dirty joke, Nick. Are you calling Nick easy?
I mean, if the shoe fits, wear
it. I have to explain quite often, I'm not a cop, but it's to do with squirrels. He's not crazy. He's just a little nuts.
That was such a dad joke. The unaware look on Tyler is, why are you trying to look at it like that, my guy?
Well, he makes his trunks look like fucking tidy whities. It's a funny look.
He's petitioning for a Fruit of the Loom ad.
There you go. Hope the Wyatt 6 has a good theme song. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were talking about, like, do you bring back the, Bray? I don't. I think you make it its own. So don't do anything that was Bray's.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
Can we do like a metal version to it?
Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
Zachary Wentz coming out to the ring on TNA.
Tyler Bate is flipping through all the authors. He's flipping through all the chapters.
All right, Boston, take it offline, buddy. Where's the other guy?
I don't know.
Bye.
About there playing Mario for some reason. What?
Our AOP twins, or you could tell them apart. KJ Nick, they are not twins.
No. I'm pretty sure right now the one in the ring is Razor. And then, because there's Akam and there's Razor. Like they look very similar, but they are different.
They are not the same. Just like me and Kevin Owens. It's not the same.
Not the same, but different.
Joe Hendry for the win. Yeah, I got Joe Hendry coming out to the ring now. Man, I got to give this guy full marks. Not only his run at the charts, but man, did you catch his song? It would near. Can you please get fired? Instead of "Can you take me higher?"
Oh, I had seen it. I
Oh.
hadn't heard it. I had seen the clips going around. I hadn't listened to it of his apology video of doing it in, the tone of key of Creed of "Can
Yeah.
you take me?"
Can you
But
please
even then,
get
still,
fired?
if there is a man that right now defines getting your company pro wrestling over all in one shot, it's Joe
Yeah.
Hendry. Think about this.
Mhm,
Every fucking chart musically on
mhm.
any streaming service, Joe Hendry's, at least if he's not at the top, he's mentioned towards the top. He's at least mentioned.
If
And
I was
everything's at TNA Wrestling,
yeah,
So you've got your company over tenfold.
if I was Triple H, I'd be trying to figure out when Joe Hendry becomes a free agent and get prepared for a contract, because this is a guy, like, look what he's doing on this platform. Imagine you give him that WWE stage.
Oh my
Um,
god! Just have him do the theme songs. Fuck Def Rebel.
yeah, he'll make everybody's theme song.
I believe in Kevin Owens.
But I believe in Joe Hendry bits will get over with the crowd. The fact that the crowd can sing along to something will get over huge. We know how that works. And then again, this is a guy that works social media, works the fans, and is constantly doing what he does to get himself over. And like you said, it's only a benefit of the company. If he could get that opportunity on that with their platform, woo!
I'm gonna say this out loud, and if this happens, just know I booked it first. I want him versus Elias, Ezekiel, all of that, the Drifter, just them, even in a fucking song off, a fucking hoedown, what have you. Like that to me, these two guys either need to be a tag team or need to be a feud here.
Maybe. Yeah. I just want to see him continue to blow up, man.
Well, I'm not taking away from Joe Henry. Yeah, I
No,
agree
not
with
at
you.
all.
Yeah.
I mean, again, good old Scottish dude. Can't go wrong.
Ooh.
Joe Hendry for the win. Joe Hendry's theme song reminds me of classic WWE theme song. Fair enough. Yeah.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. By the
Joe,
way, they're announcing on commentary, which has gone around Twitter, of that WWE will have a major announcement tomorrow, allegedly on their social media platforms. I don't know what it is. I don't know what
okay.
it could be, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's very interesting. As by the way, Tyler Bate is getting the hell squeezed out of him. I shall return, sir.
Right. KJ's taking a pause for the cause as Mana, aka Big Dog, saying, well, Taker, Hadlin Biscuit, and Kid Rock. Back in the days of Memphis Wrestling, Motley Crue's Wild Side was used for a team named just that, and LD had Black Sabbath. Well, I mean, they use plenty of Motorhead, plenty of Black Sabbath currently. Christ, if you want to go back and watch the Iron Claw to where they were sitting there using Tom Sawyer by Rush. But yeah, I mean, it all comes down to, much like we've even seen with AW, of when they use the licensed songs, of it's how much are you willing to pay, how much is it worth your investment. As big spring back clothesline from Tyler Bate, as the fucking crowd is on fire for the hot tag to Pete Dunne, as I've still got Zachary Wentz taking on Joe Hendry right now here. B Hockey is saying Mania in Vegas. Yeah, that's what it seems to be. That's what the vibe feels. And I think, like I said, that to me will be the biggest, blowout WrestleMania. That's when they could have done even the Bloodline, Goodfellas segments. You're gonna get, the Frank Sinatra fucking parodies, all of that and everything. I think they're gonna go hell for leather, especially under Triple H, and you get WrestleMania 41 in Vegas. They're going to go full bore in it, because they're going to have the connection now and the tie-in with TKO and the UFC in Vegas. So they're going to have all those networking assets to all of the casinos, etc., readily available. as Tyler Bates got Akam up on his shoulders, as Joe Hendry's just eating elbows. We're going spinning. Instead of swinging, we're going spinning when it comes to Tyler Bate right now. Desmond, what up? Sheena, I wonder what Tama Tonga's music going to be. Oh, that's actually a really good question. Oh, Running Knee by Pete Dunne. 1, 2. This crowd is super live for all of this. Like, let's be honest. This is, New Catch Republic versus Authors of Pain. Like, this could have very much happened, this past week or this next week in NXT, and we wouldn't have been none the wiser here. But this crowd is just still losing their mind for all of this. And that's what I love of. I know we talked about, as Scarlett's running interference here, I know we talked about of you still need to perform and you still need to get the wrestling crowd involved. But if the wrestling crowd's going to carry you to everything and just make everything that 10 times better, you're playing with house money. It's at that point, everything's gold. WWE announcement from Triple H. I'm not just a member of the Hair Club for Men. I'm a statistic. Fair enough. Big Dog, I think you're probably the founder. As okay, so we get the little tag team finishing move from Authors of Pain as Cross jumps up in the ring, and it's a little shatter machine issue of it's a neck breaker into a sit out power bomb here. But so the Authors of Pain pick up the win over the New Catch Republic as Zachary Wentz just working over Joe Hendry right now. 2-0 WrestleMania Vegas is if you buy AW Double or Nothing on Wish. So, okay. So, AGPW Finn, I ask you to explain that. WrestleMania Vegas is if you buy Double or Nothing on Wish. So, again, that's a bold statement that you're going to claim. And so, again, I'm not trying to block you. I'm not trying to come from any sort of angle on this. I want you to explain how you feel if WrestleMania, the showcase of the Immortals, the one thing that is almost synonymous with the Super Bowl, is the wish.com of Double or Nothing. Because, like, if we want to look at current Double or Nothing right now, I think it'd be a little hard pressed, especially compared to past Double or Nothings. Like, current Double or Nothing, your main thing is Mercedes Moné versus Willow for the TNT or for the TBS championship. Swerve's damn near almost an afterthought taking on Christian. That's the thing. Yeah, there's really no. Oh, you've got Deeb and Tony Storm. That's the match I was trying to think of. I'm not knocking those matches, but I'm now questioning of why you're saying WrestleMania's, would be the discount Double or Nothing if it went to Vegas here. As we're getting a replay of all hell breaking out between the Bloodline and KO and RKO, Randy Orton out here right now, as we're probably about to get the RKO show. Oh, we got Nick Aldis backstage here. We've got Paul Heyman talking to Nick Aldis. I've got Mosh out here, so we've got we're setting up for the women's tag team tunnel match here. So Paul's asking for Aldis to pull Kevin Owens and all of them out of this match just for the sake of them, for the sake of their health. He is saying what happens to Randy Orton and Kevin Owens is no longer on my conscience. It's on your conscience. Good night. Oh, is all this fires back with is that by orders of the tribal chief? That's the thing. That's been the point of contention of who is technically the tribal chief right now. So I'll just even bring it up Roman Reigns if Roman Reigns must go through Paul Heyman. Wow, as Paul saying, I haven't spoken to Roman Reigns since WrestleMania. What did you just say? So, okay, so we're calling the question when Roman Reigns pulled himself out of the draft, that it was Paul Heyman doing it, not Roman Reigns. It was Paul Heyman pulling him out of the draft so he didn't have to be involved in anything that's going on right now. That's really interesting of Heyman literally confiding in Otis of saying, I can't subject Roman Reigns to the chaos that is happening right now in the bloodline. Oh. Oh, so all this going right back at Heyman saying, well, if you can take it upon yourself to pull Roman out, why don't you go pull Randy and KO out of their show or out of their matches? They're about to have their show coming up next. So I will take this moment as I've got Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich coming up right now to take on Jody Threat and Danny Luna for the Knockouts Women's Championships as I'm in commercial on Friday Night Smackdown. I will remind everybody we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Again, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. But absolutely. We are here back at it like a jackrabbit. Literally, by the time we get off here tonight, literally set your alarm for under 12 hours and we'll be back here for WWE Backlash. And then still rolling through the week, still innovating, still innovating while getting imitated. Absolutely. But be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. As I've got Masha Slamovich coming out right now. So Spitfire for the win, Spitfire for the win. So yes, let me know who you're taking for this match, whether you're taking Spitfire of Jody Threat and Danny Luna or Mish Edwards. I don't know how to try and come up with a name for Masha Slamovich and Alicia Edwards because Killer Kelly's taking a pause here.
Militia.
Felicia?
Bye, Militia.
No, I'm about to be by Militia here, but no, hold on. I want to get to the bottom of this. I asked this earlier, and no. WrestleMania at Wembley Stadium will be history making. So, yeah. AGP, okay. So you answered my question by not answering my question. So
it would be.
Figures as much. Well, no, he was saying how WrestleMania in Vegas would be a Wish version of Double or Nothing. So I asked a response to that and got, well, WrestleMania in Wembley would be great. Well, cool. Well, that's not what I asked you.
Yeah, but let's be real. If we're going to be 100% honest, one company has extremely amazing production value. We just saw it with WrestleMania 40. Again, if it goes to Vegas, it's going to feel like an amplified. You won't even register what Double or Nothing is. It wouldn't even be a fair comparable as far as what WWE would pull off.
WrestleMania, when it goes to a city, is like Woodstock showing up in your city. It's like Coachella showing up in your city. Of everybody gravitates towards that. Everything, their economy hits a boom and all of that. You have like they went out there in Philly. I've never seen more wrestling content creators do videos about fucking Philly cheesesteaks ever in my life until WrestleMania was in Philly. That's the shit that'll happen. You have independent shows that'll go back to back to back to back and everything. And around that area. just because WrestleMania is there.
Yeah.
Tell me an AEW show. Tell me another company's show that does that.
Yeah, and again, if they do go to Vegas, they'll be bringing 40,000+ people per night. It's just a different animal, guys. It's not a fair.
Pair that with a big UFC event. You have that as a big lead-in weekend. Friday night, you get a big UFC fight night, what have you. Everything that carries over into WrestleMania weekend. Christ, we're getting
I hear voices.
Battleground in the Apex at UFC. So,
and here comes Randy Orton.
Right, I'm gonna go see my psychiatrist about the voices here.
There you go. Nick's taking a pause for the cause, folks. We are rolling along. We got a Knockouts Tag Team Championship match going on right now as Jody Threat is in control of Masha Slamovich, and we got Randy Orton coming out for the first ever RKO show. And Randy and KO have new shirts. If you haven't noticed yet, let me know what you think about that. What do you think about Randy and KO being friends? Will it last? Can it last? 3-0, Jordan Grace and PCO for the win. I'm not there yet. KJ, I'm surprised how few signs there are. Good point. Yeah, maybe, again, could be more of a North American thing. 2-1, Pete Grace and PCO. Did I miss a Grace and PCO match altogether? I'm just gonna double check. Let's see what happens there. I got Danny Luna and Masha, so maybe I'm behind. Ahead. The French crowd signing Roddy's song, singing Randy's song. Yeah, it was really amazing. I mean, and we saw it today at the press conference. A lot of songs were being sung. The crowd was right with it, singing Cody for sure. But huge pop for Randy Orton as we roll along, folks. Remember, we are back at 11:45 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time. We will be here for Backlash. It's going to be a fun one. Brunch with the Boys, 9. By the way, everybody, if you could send me all the T's and P's, ManaQuest saying Social Security is trying to shout out my guy. I hope everything works out. Been there, get it, 100%, my guy. So all the power to you. I hope you win out and get everything you deserve. But always remember, you're not alone, sir. You got friends here at the Wrestling for Life Network. And here comes Kevin Owens, who decided to speak a little French at the press conference today. So needless to say, KO definitely over with the local crowd. And that's one way to tell us apart. He speaks French. I can't do it. Does Paul Heyman have a habit of manufacturing controversy? Yes. He's been doing it for 30+ years, Christian. He created it all the way to the Hall of Fame. To understand the size, you can easily fit France and Texas. Facts. How would people compare Double or Nothing in Vegas to WrestleMania in Vegas? Yeah, I mean, again, to me, that's a silly comparable. And again, it's no offense to AEW, but just they're not the same. Another face-to-face we already had twice last week. Listen, I called this out as well, Boston. You did a contract signing last week and a face-to-face this week. Is that not the same thing, essentially, except one had a piece of paper in the middle? I'm with you. I thought that was interesting. There you go. KO. Papers and markers are tough to come by in France. Good to see you, Tony. I guess they stopped Randy's singles push. Now teammate with KO before Riddle. No, he's still going to be a singles. Remember, right now they're heading into a triple threat match. So, yeah, they're getting along because they both hate Logan Paul. But we'll see when that comes to an end. I don't know if they can maintain it, Tony. But I don't expect these guys to be a long-term thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't expect it. Randy Orton forgot pants. Don't you hate pants? I don't think the Styles and Cody feud ends at Backlash. I think Keyshawn, there's a good chance it might. We'll see. I don't know how much they stretch it out for. But I do believe that, they were just trying to set Cody up for a really good win, a really good competitor there's still bigger fish to fry. I know a lot of the speculations and a lot of the rumors heading into, SummerSlam, what's happening with The Rock, what's happening with Roman, is Cody done with the bloodline? So we'll see. But I don't know that the Cody AJ feud goes that long, to be 100% honest with everybody. Backlash. Does the wise man smoke? I'm not his keeper. I can't tell you. You're right, KJ. 3-0. Cody, Threat, and Luna are retaining. There you go. There you go. Spitfires come out of left field in TNA, but they've done really, really well. And I actually think they're going to win tonight. As Alicia Edwards gets a kendo stick and Danny having none of it. I can't believe Dave Meltzer said there's no creative plans for Cody. Again, we talked about this a little bit earlier, Damian. I mean, Meltzer just continually talks out of his ass. He wants to sing the praises of one narrative, and it's one narrative and one narrative only. It's frustrating. Again, I wish people would stop quoting him. I wish people that I respected in the community would stop quoting Meltzer. Again, I think Nick said it earlier tonight. If you're going to quote Meltzer, you might as well quote us. As we got new knockout champions, Alicia Edwards gets the pin. Ha ha ha, Nick. That is funny. Malisha, your new knockout champions. Where's Anthony? There he is. There he is. We got Paul Heyman. Oh, by the way, I stand corrected. RKO will have a tag match this week, tomorrow, not a triple threat. Completely lost my mind on that. But going back to that, I don't see it being long-term regardless. Prime is poison. I don't know. I've never had it. My name is Paul Heyman. Je suis Paul Heyman. I am a WWE Hall of Famer. Bendy, I think Wyatt 6 goes after Rhodes. I don't. I honestly don't. I'm the only reason I say that is because I imagine Cody's going to have this belt for quite a while. I don't know if Bo getting in a feud with somebody that he can't beat works for me. It might, depending on how they roll it out, but it does make me a little nervous. Prime is poised, got that one. Jacob Fatu showing up to screw Jey Uso tomorrow would be a good start to the weekend. Scott, I'm with you. Now, there's some debate whether or not, Mr. Fatu can travel internationally. We don't know. So, again, I think it'd be a huge surprise. Do keep in mind there might be other names. I mean, what if it's a Lance? What if it's someone else brought into the mix? And then Jacob's a later reveal. I don't know. But, yeah, definitely got a lot of potential there. I'm eagerly awaiting. Alicia is a champ in TNA. Facts. Nick, emphatic. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be no RKOs this evening, says Paul Heyman. I beg to differ, says Randy. I think we're getting a yeet chance. I don't believe anything Dave Meltzer says. You shouldn't. Again, he's just literally, he has zero credibility. Zero credibility. He is an absolute walking embarrassment. I've beat this drum for a long, long, long time. Cody greater than OVW WWE. Okay. Random comparable. Glad I took a pause. We're getting large. We want Roman chants at SmackDown. Big. We want Roman chants. Paul says, more than you ever know, I want Roman too. ECW KO show with Paul Heyman. Not bad. If I know French audience, they won't have any sympathy for Paul. Well, they miss Roman. Too much to watch streaming you guys and a dirt race. Oh, dirt race. Switching from Vancouver Nash. What's the score in Vancouver Nash right now, Ken? Really curious. I was watching the Vancouver game right up until showtime tonight. So cheering, of course, for the Canadian team to get through. Unfortunately, if Vancouver advances, though, they're going to take on Edmonton. So I guess on the bright side, we're guaranteed a Canadian team in the conference finals if Vancouver can get rid of Nashville. But here comes Jake something on TNA. And Randy Orton, it's his turn. Wait. Chanting for Orton to KO Heyman. Yep. Kevin Owens saying everything around Paul is falling apart. Cody, a dog collar match with CM Punk, the best in the world. Maybe one day, J-Boy. Maybe one day. Apparently, Hammerstone versus something is not happening tonight. Hammerstone is experiencing concussion symptoms. Apparently, I am too. Yeah, that's interesting. So is it going to be Jake something versus Rich? Yeah, T's and P's to our buddy Hammerstone. I was looking forward to Hammerstone tonight. Yeah, so it's going to be Rich Swann taking on Jake something. There you go. Wise man is Wise man is chatting. Roman. Wise man is chanting. Desmond got his acknowledgement. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. The Bloodline is here. Solo, Tama jumping. RKO. And now we got a fight. Randy, Kevin fighting back. At least they're selling us on this one. Still no goes in the hockey game. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Bradley. RKO, Nick. 17 minutes left. Yeah, the night has flown by. 17 minutes left in the hockey game, but even the wrestling's flown by tonight. It's been a quick night. Randy just asked, who's the tribal chief? That's the question. Who's the tribal chief right now? Is it Solo? Is it Roman? Is it The Rock? As Randy beating up security, the backdrop on the table, big pop from the crowd. Let's go. Desmond, Jake something for the win, 100%. Wow, Owens taking out everybody. Still no goals. NLL on ESPN. Yeah, the NLL kicked back off. Go Toronto Rock. Oh, no, they're heading towards the playoffs. Roman lives here in Miami, close to where I live. He lives in a nice condo downtown by the water. Takes his lady out for a nice lunch. Jake something for the win. Got that one. This tag match tomorrow is the match I'm looking forward to the most. Has the best build. I'm with you. I really hope this match is going to be a fun one. Plus the caveats of what implications from the Bloodline. As we transition to the Street Profits in the back. KO. That's K0. Come on, KJ, try it. Moni. No, that's not it. Monome. Paul Heyman. What? Wait, what? Is it not Je suis? I am?
Je suis son tabernacle.
I was right. Tamatong and Solo Sogo are uninvited guests. So there you go. And big pop for LA Knight. Big pop for Nick coming back. Big pop.
Yeah. I was going to ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, Swerve Strickland versus Christian Cage. Which out of those two do you feel is the bigger of the two matches? Like, which of those is you want to click into? Because that's the thing, is if we're building up through this and everything,
Cody Rhodes,
which one to you is the one that you want to pay attention to? Swerve
and Christian or AJ and Cody?
Yes, sir.
AJ and Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, they're just two bigger names. A better overall feel, a better overall story. The fact that Christian Cage, who treats Nick Wayne and Kill Switch like shit, now is beating up Swerve because Swerve broke into Nick Wayne's garage 7 months ago that nobody remembered it happened. Again, not my favorite. They could have done this differently and made me more excited.
The Queen's mom has got it going on.
Yeah. And we still never got no Beth Phoenix, and Edge just moved on.
Well, Edge is out there just. Can we just admit that the Cope Open is not great?
It could be better. I'd rather him just be in angles. I'd rather him being stories like, rivals, like, be the gatekeeper, be the intercontinental champion that highlights that upper middle card that really gets a chance to shine. But these long,
are we circling the drain till we get him versus Christian again?
Maybe, maybe, but I don't see the value in that either anymore. But and again, I think even this week we talked about Edge's match, and I think it was Anthony who was like, it was an okay match, but it went long. Like it's too much time.
Again, I've talked about it. I think now that Tony Khan and the Elite and everything have made themselves the focus of Dynamite and AW television, everything else falls by the wayside. Like, I shouldn't be having to compare Swerve, your big world champion, your big alternative champion, all of that, in a one-on-one to what we're getting to with Cody Rhodes, to, according to Meltzer, they have no plans for.
Yeah. So, in what world do you does he really think? And again, you look at the two companies and the one that he's backing and supporting and lying about. I mean, do we really think that the WWE doesn't have a plan for their champion? Or, or at least a working plan? Like, let's be real.
He can't see the dirt sheet before the fucking newspapers and everything. Like that. This man, if Dave Meltzer didn't talk about pro wrestling, he'd be on an episode of fucking Hoarders. Let's be honest and just talk about that right now.
Yeah. I mean,
this man is just. I still don't get at this point in 2024 how he is as credible as a source as he claims to be. It's one of those of you're writing on what you were versus what you are.
Yeah, again, and I think at the end of it all, and we said this earlier, was that I just wish credible people that I'm a fan of would stop using his bullshit as clickbait. I mean, again, even up to like guys like Cultaholic, no disrespect to them. I like what they do, but you're quoting Meltzer like it's facts. And it's the equivalent of quoting us. And actually, it's worse because I think we come with clout and credibility.
We have verified evidence. We watch all the shows versus Meltzer just kind of says he watches the shit.
Right.
You trust him, right? It's good old Uncle Dave. Good old Tuna. Tuna is past its fucking sell-by date, honestly. Tuna Meltzer is past its fucking sell-by date.
No, it's ridiculous. And you know what? Even some of the I don't.
Oh, we got a QR code.
Oh, we got a QR code. Dun, dun, dun.
That's Starters. We've got Jake something versus Rich Swann and X Division. That's a thing. As we've got.
Oh, go ahead. Finish that off.
No, I was just saying, we've got LA Knight's match coming out, but we had Legato come out and they had the QR code. Now, I don't know what that QR code said, but do you feel, and we've talked about this, of that at Backlash, we're getting some sort of debut, some announcement, some of this comes to light here.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get a full ta-da, but I really do think, Nick, that there's going to be, I mean, you got a big pay-per-view. We talked about the small amount of matches, so I think there's going to be some fluff and filler and some side stuff to extend the overall length of the pay-per-view. A Howdy moment could definitely be one of the things. I feel like some of the clues, I saw the most recent one, someone had slowed it down, and at one point it does say Bo Leave in the video.
Well, we just had Eric Rowan sign with WWE officially.
Ron comes back. Apparently, Alexa Bliss is ready to go. A lot of people broke down, and I did it the same thing. It was funny to see it going around the internet. I don't know why this week it picked up steam, but when we were live, we talked about that Uncle Howdy, that UN. I can't remember what all the letters were, but basically it broke down to like Dexter and Gacy. So people are trying to surmise. We don't know what it all equals yet, but I do believe we get something.
Oh, I think 100% we get
believe, yeah.
something, and I also don't think we get them going at any specific target
Mhm.
currently, because you have them go against Cody. No, because that's the thing is whoever they go against, they have to lose. Like if you put Bo versus Cody, Cody has to lose. So yeah, I think it's one of those you just feed them, you know, jobberish kind of upper mid-cardy guys until they sit there and establish of like we are not the ones to be with.
Oh, sorry, Nick. Big drop kick out to the floor.
They're
LA
good.
Knight all over Santos and Cody Deaner here on Under Siege.
Right. But fact checkers, if anyone lets us know what happened with that QR code, because we're obviously
Yeah.
live and can't fully fact check it ourselves. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what is up with that.
Lil Nate's the referee. But again, though, still, we were talking about the crowd. And they've been fully involved, fully engaged in everything here. And that's why I'm really hoping that come tomorrow when we're here in the middle of the afternoon, you know, we can be out here with the baguettes and the croissants and everything like that and still have a huge moment because the crowd's just losing their fucking mind about everything.
Yeah.
Like that crowd with a Howdy pop-up, anything like that. Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah. Absolutely. And again, you don't have to give the whole kit and caboodle. You can definitely have a moment where you, again, it's a bigger breadcrumb as Diener is beating the hell out of AJ Francis. That's right, folks.
Good.
Top
You're
dollar on
good.
TNA.
Good.
Oh, he's in trouble now, though. Choke slam on the apron. Diener down. Diener down.
All right.
Do you have any issue with last week? We had a contract signing between Cody and AJ. This week we have a face to face. It's a little redundant.
It's a lot of placeholding. That's really what it is. That's why, like we talked about it, of the remarks of they have no plans for Cody catch fire
Yeah.
because they've given it enough to where there's some oxygen to it. Of you have a contract signing and then you have a face to face that really means nothing. That especially when you just had a pre-show, what have you, for the show where they had a face-to-face. It's it's a little much about nothing.
Yeah, again, and like we said this about a lot of people that go live on the internet, and just like they talk like they're in these rooms, they talk like they're in these meetings, and we've even heard Triple H address it at times where it's like people were way off, like when they were talking about Drew leaving. Remember when Bray Wyatt stormed out because he was tired, mad with WWE creative, and it turned out it was a far more serious. I didn't see anybody printing apologies of, oh, we shouldn't have said that. We shouldn't have made that up, because in actuality, the man was going through something dire. But no, at the
No,
time, he got
because
a
it's
click.
more entertaining and you get more attention when you have bullshit narrative clicks versus
Yeah.
you actually sit there and figure this shit out. We've talked about it, and it's not a joke at this point. Like, we can credibly say this. We have as much credibility as one David Meltzer. If you're gonna source him, you might as well fucking source us. It's that type of shit of just literally you're just gonna kind of say things because they're gonna get clicks, they're gonna get interaction, they're gonna get engagement. But when you're proven wrong,
Yeah.
you're not gonna do any sort of recanting, you're not gonna sort of do any sort of,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, we were inaccurate about this or anything like that. No, you're
Yeah.
gonna still just rock with the engagement you got off of that.
Yeah. I will let everybody know that people are posting fan video of the lights going out, creepy music being played in Lyon, France at the live show during commercial. Flickering. There's a figure in front of the SmackDown logo. So like a Howdy-ish figure. But like lights blinking. It's actually really trippy. The fireflies are out. So yeah, I mean the French crowd getting teased with some Howdy.
Be your head.
Right. You know what's funny? I don't really know. I wonder if anybody in the chat knows what is the song that they have been using. I know I've heard it, but I don't know what song it is.
Blackbird singing in the dead.
It's
I
not
really have no idea.
Yeah, that's funny, right? I'm curious.
And we've still got LA Knight firing up versus Angel Garza. So yeah. BFT
BFT.
1, 2, 3, as I'm about to get Jonathan Gresham versus Kushida.
This could be an unexpectedly good match between Kushida and Gresham.
Oh, I think Jonathan Gresham is still one of those guys that is underutilized, underrated. Like,
Yeah, I don't feel that way.
Oh, fair enough. Stature? Is it the stature thing?
I don't know what it's partly the stature. I don't know. I feel like he's good, and I was a fan of him, but then I feel like he became a little bit overrated to me in his matches. I didn't love his rivalry with Speedball, but that's just me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. As I've got LA Knight with. Let me talk to you. Oh, I thought the audio cut out. I was like, did this man just start cursing right out of the gate?
Right. Yeah.
But this crowd is all the way behind everything that he's saying. And like, let's be honest. We're watching a French crowd that was hyped for this for us time, like 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So imagine when we're here, brunch with the boys again, noon o'clock Eastern, and they're out there losing their fucking marbles for Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles and all of that. Like,
yeah,
this really has the potential to have that backlashy vibe of shouldn't be great, and especially fitting with it being Backlash, but shouldn't be great, but turns out great because of the response and the reaction behind it.
Yeah. And in addition to that, I think because I find it's the pay-per-views. We always talk about it. Expectations are a great way to get let down.
Right.
So some of the pay-per-views where we're like, this should be all right. It has a chance to supersede those expectations.
As I've got Escobar confronting LA Knight, as I've got Jonathan Gresham out here right now with the Black Octopus. He's the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. Cracking that ass.
You get 2 thumbs up.
If they add Santos and LA Knight tomorrow, I'll be okay with that.
Well, and so sorry, Gresham's out here and he takes off the tentacles of the mask. That is weird as this to say, but even still keeps on the mask. So like we talked about this of very much, the little vignettes that they've done. It felt like it was almost 2 different people and everything.
Yeah.
So we're getting like, Kraken Jonathan Gresham taking on Kushida here. The Uncle Howdy teaser song is Nightbird, I believe.
There you go. Thank you, Geekbox. Go check out our friend Geekbox. It gives us all the love. Thank you, Geekbox, for being here. And Nightbird. I gotta look it up. I gotta look at those lyrics, see what's up.
Nightbird singing in the dead of night.
More security footage. I love
it. We're replaying how we caught Carlito in like 8K, just like how we kind of caught Dom leaving with Liv in like 4K, 5K.
Yeah. It is still a little funky that the Carlito still got drafted with the crew, though.
Bro, there's so much that's just funky monkey with this whole draft, and especially when we do trades like a day or so after. Like, I still, and I know we talked about it last night and everything. I'm not saying do an off season of to where they stop wrestling, but do an off season of to where you have free agents and everything. You kind of get with the dirt sheets to an extent of you work them of, well, they could sign to this, that, or a third. But instead they sign a multi-year deal with SmackDown or something like that. Versus we get this draft aspect that still constantly is, it's a little flat. It's a little, it's a little this, it's a little that.
Yeah, I don't know how they pull off like an off season, so to speak, or maybe free
agency period. I guess Dragon Lee just throwing hands.
On sight, you got him. Carlito runs away. That's not cool, man.
A spin in the face. He didn't have an apple on standby.
Right, and here come the Street Profits. Gonna take on the Douche Canoes for the tag titles.
Yes, we're in the last about half hour of Friday Night SmackDown.
Fact.
Why are they wearing all blue and Bobby and B-Fab out here looking just all of the red? But yeah, we've got Bobby Hugh Hefner out here with all of this. Like,
right?
Why such the juxtaposition as far as attire versus the rest of the crew?
Viva la France!
Bullshit!
You don't think so? He's in red, she's in red, they're in blue.
There's no white. Respectfully, I said that out loud. Yeah.
No comment.
yeah. Thanks for leaving me to fucking hang on that
comments. Carlito is cool. Maybe not that much lately, but we'll see. At least there's a rivalry stewing for him. Two big men, big hearts.
How do you feel about Gresham with like the mini lucha mask out here versus?
I'm a little surprised.
He was just. I don't like it.
We need Rene Dupree. I was thinking that we need somebody with a little more of a French presence, like we had. We had Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico. We need that moment where everyone brings.
We had KO out down in the press conference. So should I speak French?
Right.
Yeah, I don't like fucking El Luchador, Jonathan Gresham here. I don't know what it is. Like,
is it because
covering up his face? Like, it's even worse than him being already like just small and swollen stature.
Yeah, he's definitely winning. But yeah, I guess it's this new heel side of Gresham, which I mean, I think. And I know Gresham was public about this before, but I mean, he's been criticized for not having the most charismatic personality, a bit of an introvert, which this is different.
Yeah, but shit, you've seen wrestling companies make that work of a guy that's somebody like a Jonathan Gresham, a la Bryan Danielson. That's somebody that's just a tactician that literally, I will not have the great. Now, granted, Danielson developed a personality, but it's one of those of, I will just stretch you. I will fucking choke you out. I will out tactician you. I will sit there and put you in 18,000 submissions versus he's out here looking like if Black Taurus had, a little nephew.
Mm-hmm. Boston, I don't see your message, but I hate Discord.
I got family all over the place, Jesse's. Well, so do we. Kevin Owens is technical French.
That's close. That's as close as we're getting on this particular one. No Sammy. I guess different show.
Well, that's the thing is like
no Sammy tomorrow.
That we talked about it, the Becky Liv match. Surprised that's not on Backlash. A Sammy title defense, say if it's against Bronson. Surprised it's not on Backlash. Like there's a few matches you could add that they seemingly chose not to add specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they definitely could. And sorry, I'm just pulling up the video so I can share it with the people.
That's fine, because I haven't seen it.
There we go. But thank you, Mr. Boston. I figured my life out.
There you go. It's gangster here, says Jesse. As I'm getting a commercial here on SmackDown and everything, but I will remind everybody, and this is a thing that I know is near and dear to both of our hearts and everything like that. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So again, hashtag not sponsored or anything like that. But if you're dealing with anything, be a friend, tell a friend, reach out, let somebody know, talk to somebody. You were better here than not here. I will say that 100%.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. And we just heard from Big Dog And listen, I've kind of been candid a little bit at times. That personally had, you and I have talked about this, been advocates of this for years. We've had our battles, our struggles,
Right.
of course. But yeah, folks, if we can, that's why we built this community. Be a friend, tell a friend. No one's ever alone. Even if we just can talk, talk nonsense and talk wrestling. Again, I mean, especially when it comes to men's mental health, that kind of gets overlooked at times. Been down and out, been rock bottom, have been looking at that, walk to the light moments in life. But happy to still be here. I know you are as well. And to everybody out there, nothing but the best. And again, don't forget, you're never ever alone in this world.
Oh, absolutely. I've made attempts and everything that, but yeah, no, 100%. That's why I'm glad that I found, and hey, we built this whole community and everything like that. If we can be your 2 to 3 hour, or however we decide to long the fucking banner about it, if we can be your release from everything else that's going outside in the fucking real world and everything like that, I'll take that 10 times over here. That's the thing, is like I've said, the world is better you're here than you're not here, regardless of what you got going on. That's the big takeaway.
Absolutely, absolutely. As we got the Street Profits and Waller and Theory kicking off, folks, get your predictions in. I have no idea what's happening on TNA right now as I ventured into.
That's fine. I want to see this video because I don't know about the video.
Momentarily. The link that was sent to me wasn't actually functioning.
There you go. I was born 5 hours by car from Lyon. Ho, ho, ho.
There you go, Larry.
Are you Ratatouille? Larry, are you Ratatouille? Ronnie Shield taught me lots. Eddie Sharkey. Yep, those are words. Daniel was saying, yep, just reminding us those are words.
There you go.
But as I see about 90 some odd people, and I see KJ still questioning his coffee over there. But Geekbox saying, hell yeah, I'll add to that if I may. Anyone ever wants to come, just shoot the breeze and talk some wrestling crap. To me or anyone else in the community, etc. Absolutely. That's why we have the Discord. That's why we have as many, options that we got, all the gizmos and gadgets, all of that. 100%, like I said. We view this as a family, 100% of. We've even been asked at my guy of, if we're brothers and all of that, but we may not be brothers by genetics, but we're brothers from a different mother. I'll put it that way.
Well, accept it. We're the Dudleys of Wrestling podcast.
Oh, my brother. Testify.
But yeah, no, we appreciate that, Geekbox. I give you a star for that one. And yeah, man, we try and be as open and candid as we possibly can. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's we get the advantage, Nick, of this has been like therapy. Like I talked earlier about having a really rough start to 2024, but I get to come on here and vent and kind of shut out the world. So as much as we get appreciation and we humbly get the love from you guys, this community does a lot for myself, Nick, and the other content creators out there. It's absolutely really a blessing.
Yeah, 100%. Like, not to fucking talk about me or anything, but yeah, of even how I have bipolar disorder and everything like that.
Yep.
So, and I'm very open about that. And so this to me is just a way to just, this is way better than any sort of therapy I've paid for or anything like that. I've gone and seen therapists. This has been a much better release. This has been still a way to be me without, having to still put you got to put on wares or any shit like that. So yeah, that's what I like of this. Isn't just we host the show and y'all shut up and listen to us talk. It's no, this is an entire family. This is an entire community of Christ. I was somebody that was in the chat that ended up on the fucking channel and everything. So this is absolutely of a whole vibe, a whole movement. This is family pushing this all forward here.
Absolutely, absolutely. As we are in a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, TNA Under Siege is rolling on. Smackdown rolling on. We're in the middle of a tag team title match. Don't forget that. And we got lots coming your way. We're back at it tomorrow morning. We'll probably be in and open for business just about 11:45 a.m. tomorrow morning, maybe slightly before that. But we have Brunch with the Boys 9, your live coverage for WWE Backlash. Be a friend, tell a friend, light it up. I want to see 200 people in that chat tomorrow. So you know anybody, you know anywhere, chat rooms, Facebook, Reddit, fucking MySpace if you still got it.
Tell Tom about us. Tell Tom 100%. And we won't wax quite so poetic, but yeah.
So a lot of people are surmising, Nick, that this now looks like Howdy is coming tomorrow. I'm gonna set it up. That's a very interesting video because yeah, it's a bit of a like the Backlash preview package.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna just click through identify me, saying really appreciate you guys, love the content, and that's the thing is we love all y'all. Like that's the thing is half time that we chat with y'all even at times outside of this shit and everything like that. Like this, like I said, this is traveling fucking cavalcade of calamity. 100% with all of this. Deepbox saying, oh yeah, coming and chilling with you guys at night more than once has been my therapy for my anxiety and when I'm mentally exhausted. Absolutely, my guy. Like I said, that's been the biggest thing, and that's I think what's helped both of us and why what we want to do with everybody else of where your 3 hour or if it's WrestleMania 11-hour fucking reprieve from fucking reality here. We're here shooting the shit, just having a good fucking time. Of Will Banner about anything and everything. Of this is our escapism from the outside bullshit.
Right. MSN Messenger. As Montez is in control of Theory at the moment.
As I got Jordan Grace coming out right now.
I'm a huge wrestling fan, and this is my escape from what is going on in the world. I come here to watch wrestling with the community where I give my opinion on wrestling without being judged. Jason, that is beautiful, man. And that's everything we aim for. Yeah, you get a star.
You get a gold star.
AJ, I'll message by Puff Smoke Signals. That's good. That's probably our core audience that would get that message.
Facts. Literally. We're High Chief smoked them.
KJ and Nick, what are your predictions for the mixed tag match on TNA?
Chaos.
Pain.
As I'm getting PCL getting wheeled out here. Like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this respectfully, just to fucking juxtaposition from us being all sappy.
Yeah, let's.
But no, just with this, I'm like, I was so just what the fuck. I hated everything that they did at Rebellion with everything with these fuckers getting involved in this match. So I'm just like, nah, like nah.
Oh, we're getting Yeet chants, by the way, which is random.
Oh,
Blockbuster!
Jordan Grace is electrocuting PCO straight on the tatas. Straight on the tatas.
Right on the, yeah, she's toasting his nuts.
Right on the areolas.
Right on the areolas. See, I wasn't watching and I thought you went elsewhere.
No, much farther north. They went Canadian with it. They went north.
Okay, well there you go. The downfalls of multitasking.
You trust me, you ain't missing a ton here. PCO, I understand he's supposed to look like a Frankenstein. He just looks like a kid that got went around and played in the dirt. Like he just got like a dirty face. Like go and wash your face. Like did you have that in your your grandmother, whatever? Like go and wash your face before fucking.
And still your WWE Tag Champions, the Douche Canoes, take out the Street Profits. A little hook there, a little crook.
We all float on.
We all float on. They all float.
We all float down here, Georgie.
Right.
Yeah, PCO literally just looks like wash your face. Wash your face, wash your ass.
Well, did you fall in mud?
Right. What happened to you?
Why are you messing with me?
Bro, why is Jordan Grace bigger than her husband? Like, I'm not just not shaming, but like, goddamn.
Sizeism is not nice, Nick.
No, well, you know who's side slamming who in that relationship.
Hey.
KJ Nick, what's your well, that would be the match that we have right now going on between Jordan Grace and PCO taking on Khan and Steph D. Lander. So who you got?
I took Khan and I took
D. Lander.
Need a D Lander, not Statlander.
I would take D. Lander over Statlander, respectfully, but yeah. Yeah, shit. I'll take Jordan Gray. I'll take Team Babyface. Is it so weird to you, especially coming off of Rebellion, that this between Jordan Grace and Steph D. Lander should have been a great match, but it became just a men's match that broke out during the middle of a women's match?
Kind of a little. Especially with like but again, TNA, there will be those crossover interactions, right?
Yeah, well, there's crossover and then there's takeover, and that was takeover.
Fair.
The Yeetmeister General. What the fuck is Wade Barrett on? And how can I get two of them?
Right. I'm okay with it. I like what Wade's doing. It's funny as hell.
Is it funny though that they know fuck all about France except red, white, and blue, and then there's the fleur de lis?
That's it. I mean, again,
that's it.
Our graphics tomorrow, brother. They're going to be
as
red,
much
white,
as
blue.
you said, I piss off our French audience. I've acknowledged our French audience more than they have.
Right? Like, I mean, sneak peek. I don't want to give
just fleur de lis.
Right? I don't want to, typecast us in this one or anything, but
bro, they're pitching this more like it's Quebec than it is France.
What do you mean?
Fleur de lis? Oh,
there you go. Look, we're doing the same.
Yeah. Well, I've got AJ Styles coming out right now as I've got D. Lander versus Jordan Grace right now in the ring.
Yes. And I am back to having TNA up now that I did some sleuthing. And in a moment here, I will bring up the latest Howdy video. It's weird because at first Boston had sent the link over via Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like an error because I kept getting like the hype package for Cody and AJ and Backlash. And I'm like, this isn't right, but it's interesting how this one transitions. We can't play it with sound, people, but we will play it momentarily.
Fair enough. I didn't know you didn't have TNA, but okay.
Oh, I know. I turned it off for a second because I was.
Oh no, fair enough. Well, we're in a commercial break on WWE, so yes, let that roll that beautiful bow footage, my guy.
Momentarily, sir. Just waiting for the download to complete.
Fair enough. I have not seen this, so we will be watching this all in real time.
Brawnies equal crybabies.
Bronies or brownies? I'll fuck up some brownies. I won't lie that.
I mean, I got kicked out of the Boy Scouts for eating a brownie, but that's a different story.
What type of brownie was it, sir?
Thank you for grabbing that. Yeah. Boom. Another dad joke for everybody out there.
Well, no, I legit fucking I turned full fucking heel on the Boy Scouts Club because of the you remember the fucking like the little fucking like wood block fucking racing shit that you had to where you could make it and everything, and you run it down a fucking.
Can I whittle some wood with you, sir?
What?
Can I whittle some wood with you, sir?
Yeah. Whittle all the wood you want, but yeah, no, to where the little fucking set like fucking
Shut up.
Sandbox, dirt box, shoebox, whatever fucking racing, whatever everything like that.
Huge moonsault. What are you talking sandbox now? How did we get here?
Because I'm trying to explain of how I got kicked out, of how I turned heel on the Boy Scouts of America, because we had the little fucking wood fucking, home craft racing and everything like that, little fucking racing and all of that. And there was a controversy because, weighed my fucking car before it got into that and everything, and then turns around and showed up overweight.
Are we there?
Yes, they were there. Well, you didn't seem too entertained, so
I didn't know
it
was a complex story, sir.
Pinewood Derby. Well, yeah, soapbox derby, yeah, that type of shit.
You hanging out with fucking Alfalfa and Spanky?
Absolutely, my guy. Listen, okay, I grew up in the fucking Boonie Doody. Sorry, we all didn't grow up in Toronto till we're all, pulling six with my woe and all of that with fucking Drake and everything. But yeah,
we got boxcars. We derby.
Yeah, no, you derby like a mother.
We derby.
Yeah.
Derby. MLP fanboys, guys. All right, Mr. Quake. Thank you.
Words doing are you how?
Well, I gotta stop clicking on that guy. I think she should have stayed in New Japan. Rashad Bisbee. What did Rashad?
Brigsby?
Oh, Rashad. Do y'all think Mercedes should have stayed in New Japan instead of signing with AEW? She should have done anything but go to AEW.
She should have stayed on the Mandalorian. That's what the fuck she should have done. Fucking stay over there. We don't need you in pro wrestling.
As we are about to get Cody Rhodes in France, folks. But yeah, listen, we said this at the time with Mercedes. She was either going to go to WWE, take less money than she wanted, and be a very good supporting member to a very strong women's division, or she was going to take the money and be the standout star in AEW, and it would either be sink or swim for her, where she would have to show up and show out and prove to everybody she's the superstar she thinks she is. And so far, mission not accomplished. And it's only diminishing. Like when she goes back to Hunter and says, I'll come back now, the offer might be even less.
Yeah, hey, Will, who got your panties in a twist and everything like that. Maybe Hunter was talking about her and everything. But yeah, no, this has been mission unaccomplished all the way across the board here.
Wow.
You took somebody who can't cut a promo and said, we're going to do a month and a half of you cutting promos. No, we don't do that because that's bad business.
Female CM Punk. Is that Mercedes? Four horsewomen is an ego.
Words.
Whoa. There we go. There's Cody Rhodes coming out for the big face-to-face. 11 minutes left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. So real quick, this is what we got, and I hope I don't get flagged for this. But there is no audio. Real quick, folks, this is your latest Howdy
CM Punk footage.
Right, but then it transitions. So this is why people are thinking that the Wyatt 6 is definitely tied to Backlash, because it's the Backlash promo, and he opened his arms. Our pain became his.
Catching fire.
Right? Isn't it Blackbird?
We were reborn.
Because we believe.
We believe. Yeah, they're teasing believed right there. We believe. You can see them kind of.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the latest teaser from Howdy. There's something coming tomorrow, so be ready.
I think it has to happen, especially because we've talked about this, how this pay-per-view outside of the crowd on paper is a little weak sauce applesauce. So if you need something that you get the lower third going, and then you just get, and then you cut to a fucking, teaser. And even if it's just another vignette, but you get Bo there, what have you, you need something that's really going to solidify this as a thing.
Give us
tomorrow.
As we're getting a tope cannonball from PCO. I hope Elias is in it. Elias. is in the Wyatt Six, maybe.
He's the bard.
Leon, what do you want to talk about?
Hi, Steven Francais.
This bastard. What's up, Sid? How you doing?
Hey,
How you
but
doing?
mind you, though, AJ's about to talk, and we get too sweet, too sweet, too sweet, too sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Damian blaming TK for Mercedes. Yes, he's definitely 50% of the problem, but when she does get time on TV, as Jordan Grace and PCO pick up the win,
I still say he's about 25% of the blame. By
okay.
the way, all the fucking promotional shit I've done for our stream tomorrow for Backlash and everything, thank God Euro Trip was the movie, because I would not know this much, foreign music.
Look at the crowd, bro.
That's the thing, though, is
Wow.
Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles is going to slap tomorrow, and all they had to do was put them in the ring together.
Mm-hmm. Crowd is blowing up. Music stops, and the crowd is still singing Cody's theme. 100%. Jack to the Wyatts.
No,
Ooh.
no, we already did that with T-Bar and all that. No,
Right.
no.
What's on your screen now, guys? John, I got Cody and AJ having a confrontation, and I have a Mustafa Ali match hype up package.
Yes, sir. I'm still in my prime, sis AJ. Hey, that's a good line from Cody of, hey, who's saying otherwise?
Right. Menzel, I guess Meltzer said Cody is a boring champion. Meltzer's a boring person.
Yeah, facts. Like, I guess takes one to know one.
Mm-hmm. Stoner Jesus saying QR code literally gave me goosebumps. I love Euro Trip. Did you just kiss your sister?
Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday.
AJ's soccer mom hair versus Troy. Say his last name.
Troy Polamalu's hair.
Polamalu.
In a Head and Shoulders commercial off.
I almost called him Paul Olive.
What is a new member of the Bloodline?
Show gonna end in yapping. Yep. Oh.
Yeah, no, but it's one of those. You have to think about this. WWE's halfway been in a holding phase, and B, this is their Sunday night. This is their go home show. This is their build up to tune in tomorrow night. Like, the crowd is hyped now. Wait until they know it's the show up and show out, because that's what the show is about.
Right. And a round of applause for AJ. And listen, I like that AJ's getting mic time. He's cutting promos. He's in there with Cody. I like this. And I mean, again, the match is setting up nicely. I give them credit. And again, quick turnaround. And they've managed in a couple weeks to kind of, all right, we got to see this. I mean, we got to know.
Yeah, but remember, they don't have any plans building up for Cody Rhodes until Roman Reigns or whatever, because they never anticipated Cody Rhodes being champion type bullshit from fucking Meltzer. That's the thing, is it's so funny with shit like that he says that it can be disproven instantly. Like, literally, this man's out here watching old fucking video packages of Triple H and The Rock in front of each other and thinking it's fucking current. Like, my guy. I can watch shit currently that does everything. What?
What did he say that caused this?
I missed it.
The crowd is literally jumping up and down and singing. What happened there, folks?
Yeah, I missed it. I was busy shooting at Meltzer.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was trying to figure out.
Good.
Did AJ put some bass in his voice? Said it with his chest.
Say it with your chest. He put some testosterone into that body, so he put some bass in his voice. AJ is still the face that runs the place. Not so much, but yeah.
The song they've been playing is called Nightbird. Thank you, Larry Mick. AJ is 9 years older than Cody. Facts. This is amazing.
They're fucking losing their mind. Like, I wish I knew what song they were fucking chanting along with.
Did someone score a goal in a football game? What is happening?
Yeah, that's the thing is I love the fucking UK crowds and everything, but they just lose their mind. They just break out into.
They don't even know why. We need French translation. Oh, Cody, here we go.
Oh, we get a too sweet. Hey, we're getting it.
Oh, he slapped him. Uh-oh.
You shouldn't have done that. But hey, though, we still get a call back. Is it interesting that like 99.9% of the Bullet Club now works for WWE? Wait. Oh, how's breaking loose? Bro, when did Solo just start wearing gloves and everything? Like, this man's
you got it right, man. You tagged him perfectly. Suge Knight, Solo Suge Knight is a man possessed. He's a different animal. So we are breaking.
Yeah, but he's out there wearing like just fucking shitty ass MMA gloves of just I'll beat you. But yeah, so we end this after the happenstance, the back and forth between Too Sweet AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And we cut back to all hell's broken loose between Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and the Bloodline here.
So we go off the air again. Hype us for the tag match. Hype us for the main event. Again, I really do believe that one of the strategies of the newest of Triple H's regime here is that minimal contact between competitors going into big matches. You got to show up, you got to pay, you got to find a way to watch the pay-per-views if you want to see the physical confrontation between the men.
Well, he's a prime example of that. I think about it with him and Austin, where that's when you would have to where Stephanie McMahon's out there taking Stone Cold Stunners because it's how can I get to you without getting to you? Yeah.
Steen speaks French. It was his native language before he learned English. Facts, as he is from Montreal. Or near Montreal.
Well, and that's the thing, and I guess you might be able to speak to this better than I would, of the difference between French and French Canadian.
Not much, just some slang stuff more than anything else, but it's
still, Tabernac.
Yeah, like there's those little, it's like, the difference between fucking English and Scottish and Welsh. Like they're all speaking English, but they don't sound the same.
You said that so politely of the difference between fucking
fucking right. Longest fight in history backstage. Yeah, they went all night long. We will take a rating out of 10. I got 118 people hanging out with us right now. Folks, what did you think of SmackDown? We are still watching TNA Under Siege. So get in that chat. Don't go anywhere. We're not leaving. We got Mustafa Ali taking on Ace Austin. So a pretty good match for Mustafa Ali's title. Damien giving it an 8. It's not over. It's over.
Well, and again, I think the biggest thing that helped tonight and everything was the crowd, because if that wasn't in all Francais, if that was in Tacoma, Washington, or what have you, it's not getting the same reaction. That's more falling flat.
Maybe. I still think there's enough there for the crowd to dig into. But yeah, we definitely got boned. The crowd was jumping up and down, losing their mind as what a tope from Ali. Holy shit.
Bro, during the whole Bailey match, we got got the whole fucking crowd singing and everything.
Mm-hmm. Quebecois is just extra snooty French. I'll accept that. Though
it's French with poutine.
Absolutely. I'll bring up the menu. I swear to God.
Don't threaten me with a good poutine. I'll do it. I swear to God.
You're gonna make me order one. Solo needs to pull his pants. pull up
Well,
his
so does Ava. She needs to pull them up and just cover up the navel. So,
or pull down her shirt.
all
Yeah,
right.
wait, that doesn't sound right. Hey guys, I rewinded. They were chanting "phenomenal" in French. Oh, okay, nice.
That's good because I don't know what that is.
Probably.
So I'm gonna
10 out
have to do a French, Rosetta Stone or something like that between now and fucking tomorrow.
Right. 10 out of 10 from Raymond. 10 out of 10 from Brandon Bean. Mustafa Ali for the win. The big guy saying 7, 7, 7, 8.875, says Rick. 4 and 3. Ali retaining. Let's go. Let's go. 7.9 out of 10, says Nick. 7.5 says Boston. I give it a 9. Favorite part of the show was the presidential debate between AJ and Cody Rose, and the RKO show ruined by Sokoa and Tonga and the chaos at the end of the show. There you go.
There you go.
7. Good hype for tomorrow. 7.5 out of 10 baguettes. 8.5. 7.5 out of 10. 8 out of 10. What are you more excited about? Double or Nothing or Backlash? It's
Backlash.
like apples, a little bit of apples and oranges right now.
Right now, Backlash.
Backlash is tomorrow, so I'm more excited about that.
Well, and I mean, honestly, if you had both of them lined up head to head, I'm still taking Backlash.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you as far as the bigger kind of feel, bigger vibe, the bigger energy. Parlez-vous en français.
Bigger story.
7 out of 10. The Toast of Tom Brady is live this Sunday at 8 on Netflix. Let's fucking go. All right, all right.
The toast,
the roast.
French toast or the roast?
The greatest roast ever is what it's being billed as, live on Netflix. Cat Williams has a special coming out tomorrow night on Netflix as well. Doing live.
That's just him talking shit for 2 hours.
That's gonna be fun. But I mean, the fact that they're giving him a live mic on Netflix is gonna be very entertaining. Ali for the win. I forgot we're still doing that. I don't want to see Backlash being much tomorrow. I don't see Backlash being much tomorrow. The draft doesn't take effect until Monday, so no way they're going to be any title changes tomorrow. Maybe nothing huge. I kind of agree with Mana, but that's where I think we could exceed expectation.
I think we're going to exceed expectations just on the environment, and that'll lead you to believe to where you could see transitions, and even then you could see a title change, but everyone that they'd be in a title change with is on the same roster. Right. And so we talked about it even last night, and I want to say the night before, about potential trades happening throughout WWE before the rosters are set. So who's to say, there isn't a title change, what have you, there isn't some big thing that happens on, Backlash that leads to, well, I'll trade you this for that.
Right. Keyshawn saying people on Twitter are upset that there are only 5 matches. I don't love it either, but then again, I'll have to watch the show. Maybe there's an impromptu match. Maybe they're giving extra time for something like a Howdy reveal. I don't know yet. On paper, 5 matches is a little light for my taste.
Yeah, I worry that'll be too much of, especially with like a pre-show. It'll be a lot of building up of, and that's the thing, is you could have the filler if this was an epic matchup that had been building up for 2-3 months or whatever between, say, like Cody and AJ, but this has been building up for like 2-3 weeks. Okay. So there's the potential for them to really just let them go. Yeah, but this sounds on paper like a lot of filler, a lot of fluff, a lot of panels talking.
Well, the assumption is going to be what? Generally, they aim for about 3 hours, right? So if the main show is 3 hours, 5 matches, yeah, there is a potential for a lot of filler. Like, does John Cena come out and cut a 15-minute promo? Does, I mean, again, do we get something from Howdy? How long does that tag match go, especially if there's a reveal? Are they going to give AJ and Cody like a 45-minute match? Are they going to give us a fucking...
I want them to let them kind of cook.
Yeah, like I'm wondering if they get like then that again, if we get a 45-minute banger main event, okay,
But still,
maybe.
if you added Liv versus Becky and you added, say, Sammy versus Bronson,
Yeah,
add 2 matches, you make it 7 instead of 5. I
yeah,
don't think too much changes as far as times, as far as anything. So
yeah. And again, like I said, 5 feels too light for me. I am aware that they have a show coming up in about 3 weeks at the end of May. Then they have another show in June. Then they have a show in like I understand they're saving some stuff for other shows. But again, that's you got so much talent and so much possibilities that you could have. Like I said, I would have been happy if it was just LA Knight versus Santos got announced tonight for tomorrow. I take that as a 10-12 minute match where they go just
pre-show, that would
yeah,
have to be a pre-show.
I take that on the main show.
Mm.
Why? You got LA Knight, one of the biggest stars in the entire company, maybe the second biggest babyface you have.
Right, but if you had that on the main show of this show, even with it being still a limited show, you would still probably feel like that's a SmackDown match. I feel.
But I don't agree with that. I mean, especially with you trying to build up Santos, I would have been okay with that booking. Now we're not getting it, so it doesn't
Give
matter.
me Carlito on this, and give
I'd
me
rather get
Carlito
Santos than
versus
Carlito for match
no
quality.
Carlito versus like a Dragon Lee or something like that, or
You would
Carlito
rather have
versus Ronald
Carlito versus
Mysterio.
Dragon Lee.
That's something
You
I
would
would
rather have
see.
Carlito and Dragon Lee on the main show than LA Knight Santos Escobar. That's crazy. Come on.
Yeah, one says SmackDown, one says at least we've built
Dragon Lee
story.
said that, the other one says NXT. Like, are you
Bro,
serious?
we just had Carlito caught out there in 8K. Not even a 4K, an 8K out there of attacking people and everything like that. You don't think you could have that slide onto a pay-per-view?
Again, if you can have that match on a pay-per-view, you can have LA Knight versus Santos, who just had a confrontation.
No, what's the story for LA Knight and
They just had a
Escobar to be on a
confrontation.
pay-per-view? No, I'm asking you, what's the story?
That's just the confrontation they just had. They just had a showdown.
Cool, that's
like,
great.
okay,
So
we
you're
should
saying
fight.
that so because they just had a match, so they should
Yeah.
have a match on the pay-per-view. So what's the build?
All
What's
I'm
the
saying
story?
is
What's
match
anything going
quality
into it?
wise, they're not even comparable. Like again, and nobody really gives a fuck about Carlito turning at the end of the day. It's not a big deal. But I mean, for me, as far as the name value and as far as the match itself, LA Knight all day long, man.
But that's the thing is you're going just on name value of LA Knight. Like that's the thing is, and
it's
you
gonna
want
be
to
a better
sell it on
match.
just LA Knight having a
And it's gonna
match.
be a
I
much
mean,
better
fine,
match.
fuck it.
It will be a much better match. The fact that I'd rather have Dragon Lee and Carlito over Santos, who's up and coming, and LA, who's already arrived. That's crazy.
Crazy. Why? Because they've built the story. Because they sat there and ran the footage
All
and
that on
everything.
SmackDown, you'll be fine. And if it was Ray Carlito,
You're gonna say that should be on
maybe.
SmackDown, but Dragon Lee, but Escobar and LA Knight that we just watched on SmackDown shouldn't be on SmackDown.
If you want to die on a Dragon Lee hill, die on that hill.
I'm not dying on the hill.
Yeah, you're
I'm
fucking
just presenting a counter argument.
Yeah,
here.
no, it's
you asked a question, I answered it.
Yeah, like Carlito Dragon Lee may be a pre-show match. Come on, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, man, LA Knight being on a pay-per-view would be a much bigger deal for me, period.
You could do an LA Knight Carlito for all I give a shit. But I'm saying of the match you were talking about, you're telling me that should just be straight main card, main pay-per-view.
I would put it on the main pay-per-view. Like, if you were going to do it, I think you have no problem. I mean, again, like he beat Angel tonight. They have a confrontation. If it turned into a match, it'd be a much better situation than, well, we'll figure out the whole Carlito drama. So give us,
No, so what's the story? What's the build? What's the build? Outside of that
match isn't happening, so there is no build, bro. Like I'm just saying, when you're looking,
I'm pitching a match that has build, bro.
Match is not a thing; it's a hypothetical. So
I know, but I'm pitching one that has a build.
Payoff. Like nobody gives a shit. Like it's insane that you wouldn't have LA Knight. You would take a Dragon Lee versus Carlito match over LA Knight and fucking Santos Escobar. That's madness.
So I can listen to everybody bitch of how he was only on the opening match, everything like that, and everything of how they're still beating him even when he wins and everything. It's to me, it's one of those. There's nothing like what is the build right now with an LA Knight match?
It's not happening. But if they had, it would be much better than what you're proposing. But it's not a thing. So like, it's non-existent, bro.
You're right, but you're hanging your hat on it's an LA Knight match versus there is any sort of build versus you've got Carlito that they're actually building as to being involved in a feud, being a heel, all that.
That's it right there. We're good. You have your Santos match.
I'm not dying on a hill. I just
fine.
presented a counter argument, and apparently I became the fucking martyr for this shit.
Right. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, again, there's one's an actual thing happening. The other one is a hypothetical. At the end of the day, man, again, I think you could have squeezed in LA Knight doing something on this pay-per-view. There's other talent we could have used.
That's not the argument. That's not the argument.
My only argument here at all was LA Knight versus Santos Escobar is a much better situation if it was built than Carlito and Dragon Lee.
If it was built, which it hasn't been.
But it's a hypothetical. That's my point. Like, it doesn't exist.
Right, but what I'm talking about is the story that currently exists.
Exactly. So you can't. But again, even with this build, that match with no build is better than this match with a build. Period. That's a pre-show match at best.
They're both pre-show matches. Let's be honest.
No way. You're gonna build your second, third best.
You're telling me an LA Knight match with no build isn't a pre-show match?
No. I mean, he's one of your best superstars. If it was a mid-card match between LA and Santos, it would be fine. It would cook. It would work. He'd get a big win. The crowd would go nuts, and they'd chant "Yeah" for 15 minutes.
I'm not going to deny you on that they'd fucking chant "Yeah" and everything.
Right, handouts.
But I feel like we just got a fucking tease of that. So
yeah, this is why both KJ and Nick flunked out of law school, folks. What judge would want to hear them rant at each other like this? May not be for the courtroom, but epic here. I would have been a hell of a lawyer. I don't lose. Rey Mysterio as a U.S. champ. Ugh.
If the match don't fit, you must acquit.
That's it. Rey Mysterio as U.S. champ. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I'm past that. By the way, if you're still watching, Ace Austin and Ali are going back and forth pretty well.
Yeah, they're still wrestling.
Right. I still think someone has the green briefcase. I think that's a foregone conclusion, my friend. I think that's dead and buried.
The same man that just took 3 Super Bowl rings to the forehead and just looked like he got hit. He did the fucking Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
In Home Alone when he got hit, or was it him or Marv when they got hit with a hot iron and everything? That was JD right there with the fucking taking the shot after the knuckles.
I object. Overruled.
Sustained. Right. Sustained. What about the 2 Utes? Let's talk about the Utes.
The 2 Utes. But yeah, Mustafa Ali with a big win, folks. Taking out Ace Austin
for a win.
Yeah, really solid match. I'm just throwing out my previous arguments that made the list.
That's the thing is, well, no, Daniel's nailed it kind of here. We're like, fucking Ted there. I was like, objection, hearsay. We could totally be the Let's all go to court now. Pum pum. Let's go make some more.
Yeah, 2 Utes.
The 2 Utes. Now, what exactly is a Ute?
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how much do we got left of Under Siege here.
We have 1 match left, so if we're gonna, do the Dudley Boy tag out here, but as in Newport, Kentucky, we're getting Saturday, May 18th. They're gonna do a whole all of the champions on one team, some. TNA All-Stars on the other team, and we'll just sort it out here.
Right. I'll be back in a second.
Fair enough. As KJ's taking a pause for the cause, I'm running through everything coming up for TNA as we've got Slammiversary July 20th in Montreal, Quebec. So there, we can argue more about, French speaking and all of that. Ute is the plural of yeet. I like that. But so yeah, up next, what we've got left for Under Siege, Under Pressure, is the system of Moose, Eddie Edwards, and Brian Myers taking on Broken, Matt Hardy, and why did I already blank on his tag team partners of Speedball Mountain of Mike Bailey and Trent Seven here. So let us know who you're taking, folks. Whether you're taking, I guess, Broken, Speedball Mountain. Sounds like a terrible fucking amusement park. Sounds like Ric Flair with fucking Space Mountain here versus the system here. Right, I think WWE is just stuck on the bloodline, and almost all the wrestlers don't have a legit good storyline. I think we're still building to this. Like, that's the thing, is we've had all of 3 weeks since WrestleMania, which was the fucking end game, for them to still have big storylines coming out of that. And let's be honest, already Bailey, Tiffany, Naomi feels like a big thing. We've already talked about Bianca and Jade taking on the Kabuki Warriors for the tag team titles. So there's layers outside of the top layers that are 100%, I think, cooking, sizzling with fucking gasoline here. It's now, where do we go with Damian Priest, with him with the world championship, especially him taking on Jey Uso, and past AJ Styles, unless we're going to have this continue with him. Where do we go with Cody Rhodes? Like, what do we do with Cody past AJ that isn't the bloodline? That's going to be the interesting aspect here. I mean, we've still got Randy Orton out there. We've still got different avenues. We've still got trades we could go here. What? Oh, hold on. I forgot I had 2 things airing here because I'm like, why is fucking Matt Hardy giving me fucking random coordinates to some shit here? I was like, what in the fucking Wyndham universe is this going on of? We're having to get random coordinates through TNA. We're clearly working with TNA then at this point. What killed Karen Cross? His gladiator condom outfit here. But as we've got the system coming out here right now with their little Monstars gear, and I still can't believe for the life of me that Alicia Edwards right now is a Knockouts Women's Tag Team Champion in TNA. If CM Punk showing up in WWE wasn't proof that hell has frozen over, I think that is definitively across the pro wrestling universe here. But yeah, as we've got Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and Moose coming in here, and Moose is just still a caliber above both these guys. Like, I've grown to like them as a faction. Like I said, they very much seem kind of like, you heard of the Dream Team? Well, we're the Mean Team. But Moose is just still one of those guys I'd really like to see him get that shine in a bigger company. And I don't say that disrespectfully to TNA, but him out there in a WWE even regardless of the obvious connection of you get Roman Reigns versus Moose, but you get a Cody Rhodes versus Moose. You get a Seth Rollins versus Moose. AJ Styles versus Moose. There's so many different avenues that you could go with that. That all sound great to me. So they're all coming out here with the broken gimmick here as we're getting the broken speedball, which is Tony Khan crying over his desk at Jacksonville Jaguars headquarters, of crying over a broken speedball. And then Trent Seven, they're literally out here just full delete mode. And how do we all feel that Matt Hardy is not officially signed to TNA, that this is all just him still pretty much grifting and rifting for a job out here. He's still in AW negotiations. He's still in WWE negotiations. He's still trying to, catch on with the Wyatt Six, the whole Bo Dallas stuff that we were talking about. But we're going to go heavy in the paint with broken Matt Hardy here. Speaking of heavy in the paint.
Heavy in the paint is
the Shaquille O'Neal of the stream, my guy.
Broke 90 fucking backboards and 300 women. But Nick, what happened to Killer Kelly? She took a sabbatical.
Pause for the cause.
Yeah.
She's on they initially thought that she had parted ways with TNA, and it turns out she's just more of literally taking a pause for the cause, like you were doing right there. If you're feeling like a pimp, you got to go and brush your shoulders off. You got to take a little memento to sit there and recoup, recalibrate, collect yourself here.
Absolutely. I'd like to see Finn Balor accidentally cost Damian Priest the title to Jey Uso, leading to a feud between them. I'm kind of with you. I predicted Jey Uso winning this tomorrow.
If it happens, it'd be fantastic and it'd be crazy, and that would be the ultimate of the Judgment Day has already been really fractured. Yeah, that would be the ultimate. All right, there's no coming back from this now. We're just done here. I saw some people saying that Rhea sent Buddy Murphy after Edge because still going after him of, kicking him out of Judgment Day initially.
Right. It comes full circle.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, again, there's options here. And again, we have seen Judgment Day fracturing. We have seen Damian kind of stand out. So we'll see.
Bro, why does Matt Hardy's hair look like if you permed it too much and everything? Like it's like barely there. Like it's one of those like just so frizzled and frazzled that you breathe too hard against it and it might just disappear.
He's telling Moose he's going to take the championship of the world. Moose wants to tag laughing at him.
You came back shortly after all of them came out. How did you feel about everybody coming out on the Broken Team, all in the gimmick, the garb? We will delete you.
Yeah, it was cute. I mean, again, it is what it is. A little gimmicky, but I don't mind it. I mean, if ever there was a place that Broken Matt Hardy was over, it's this place here.
Well, he's not signed. That's the thing. He
might end up
on a per appearance deal.
Yeah, he made that very clear. Daniel's saying
that's not him grifting. Just anybody want to sign me?
Right. Just so you know, I'm still available.
No free agent.
Right. I'm not a fan of the Hardys on a personal level, but as many years as Matt was locked into a joke of a company and booked like a clown, I can't blame him for freelancing and not committing right now. 100%. I think he's trying to do stuff like this where he's showing people, look, I have value in the ring. I can bring something here. And maybe someone bites on it. I don't think it's going to be Tony Khan, but I don't know if Matt's at that point of his career anymore.
I don't buy it anymore because this is the same Matt Hardy that all of like a year or so ago was fully entrenched in the AEW verse and was going at anybody that said anything negative. So you see how paychecks will turn a motherfucker's opinion really fast.
Right. John asking, where is TNA? TNA is on Triller. It's also on the members' side of their YouTube. The System for the win. Yeah, I got the System winning this one as well. Nice move.
I'll go delete you.
What channel answered that? I'm watching TNA Wrestling Under Siege on the TNA Plus. There you go.
I'll ask this, and I do intend to try and take a pause here before we end this, but have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Do we want to talk about this? Of one, John Laurinaitis, who was allegedly initially, I guess not, initially a victim of the situation that's now very much aligning himself with one Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Well, it's funny because yeah, definitely. And again, this is to me, and this is just my opinion, folks. I'm not a fucking lawyer. I'm not an expert. I know we argue and banter like we're in law school.
He's not even a small town bird lawyer.
Not even a small town bird lawyer. Johnny Ace is a slimy, greasy, tag along, gross son of a bitch. And again, nobody's gonna buy him as a victim in this at all. He's a guy that, you know, he's like Jonah Hill in Wolf of Wall Street. Like, you aren't cool, but you're with a really rich friend, so you're gonna get all the leftovers and the trickle down. And then when shit hits the fan, you throw your hands up like, it wasn't me.
He's a slug of the fucking pro wrestling world.
A bottom feeder.
Literally, yeah.
But yeah, so nobody was gonna buy him as a victim. But then when they, oh wait, Vince is trying to push for private arbitration, not a public trial. Oh yeah, we're with Vince. Yeah, no, she's lying. Which again,
but that again just shows you to the slime ball that Johnny Ace has been talked about 100%. Like you said, he's a bottom feeder. He is literally the turncoat. He's the Abe Simpson of walking in. Does your mother know you work here? And then turns around and walks right back out of the establishment. He's a slug in a world full of snails.
Yeah, when shit hit the fan, he was just like, oh no, he victimized me, poor me. And then a minute they're like, oh wait, Vince has a defense. Like, again, and I'm still reserving judgment until we know more, till we hear more, till the rulings happen, which I honestly think this is just going to get. I do believe a big portion of what's happening right now is due to money, and that's what this money is going to settle this privately, quietly. It's not going to get to a public trial. This isn't about a poor victim. It really does sound like, and again, maybe an unpopular opinion, and until I know more, I'll reserve my judgment. But this is rich people fucking, you know, doing what they do. And a lot of this seems to come down to the fact that, you know, money needs to be paid to shut it up.
Yeah. This is Game of Thrones meets Game of NDAs.
There you go. As Brian Myers right now in control of Speedball. We are still watching Under Siege, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for around the 69 people. There you go.
Nice. Inopportune, I guess, but yeah.
Right. The situation's hilarious. Johnny Ace throws Vince under the bus and then gets back on the bus. That's his style, though. He's the type that would throw you under the bus and then get back on the bus and be like, so where are we going?
But that just shows you the caliber and the level of people that were around pro wrestling at that time, of literally just out for themselves as much as they could be. Just a bunch of, I'm going to say this politely, of vampires of what can you do for me, of, you know, what's moving in the best direction that's going to suit me here. I'll turn coat at any time.
Yeah, spineless.
Jellyfishing.
AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for King of the Ring final. I actually think the King of the Ring final might be Ilya Gunther.
My heart beats still if you give us that.
That'd be a wicked final for King of the Ring. And if you want King of the Ring to feel important, not a bad shout.
That's match of the year. That's but to give that to a Saudi audience. When you have Bash in the Berlin, and you could do
King Gunther versus Cody
Rhodes. Gunther versus Ilya there. If you're not going to do Gunther wins a world title.
Gunther versus a world champion. I guess Gunther's still on Raw, so Gunther versus Damian or Jey Uso for the world title in Berlin would be what I would do. King Gunther has a nice ring to it. And yeah, I mean, again, I know people say, oh, you can't do that for the Saudi audience, but it's still a show that people all around the world outside of that live audience are going to be watching.
I've been around the world and now,
go on your pause. Shows
okay.
Damian's had a lot of damage done to him since leaving NXT. Or Demons. Yeah, I mean, again, we saw on the main roster. I know you guys are talking amongst yourself. My 2 cents on that is you do have an opportunity to bring him back and make him look good again. And again, Papa Paul seems to have the answers to a lot. especially connected so well with the NXT guys and understanding them a lot better. I would like to see Gunther versus Priest. Yeah, exactly. I'm there with that. They're not going to remember for their Larry. Going to happen until it's settled in arbitration and a huge sum of money. Yeah, and again, maybe I'm wrong, Daniel. Maybe this is more than just about the dollar signs, and that this does, no matter what they offer in arbitration, she stands her ground and wants to tell her story. And if she does, all the power to her. If her story becomes, validated and proven, then yeah, she deserves everything she gets. But again, as it stands right now, the other side is adamantly denying any of these claims. Members side, you have the TNA Plus. Tag to Trent. Here he comes, firing up. Chop to Moose. Chop to Myers. Chop to Moose. Back body drop on Eddie. We are rolling through, folks. I have Access TV. I don't believe it's on Access, but I could be wrong, John. Carmelo Hayes will be King of the Ring. Interesting. Carmelo Hayes. What about Braun Breaker? Finn doesn't want to do the whole makeup thing anymore. Yeah, at one point he did say he was kind of past that. Like this is past him. But I think if the setting's right, if the match allows for it, if they build to it, it'd be a really cool surprise. What did you find? I'm a Wrestling for Life member. John C. Good choice. Be a 4-lifer. We got more members only content coming your way. So thank you for being a member. But yeah, definitely appreciate that. Daniel. Or you could have Valor win King of the Ring. He can sell it with a promo saying, once upon a time, I was a prince. Oh, there you go. I'll take that. That'd be interesting. The King General. There you go. Not bad. Carmelo Hayes could be a dark horse King of the Ring tournament. Absolutely. Even is somebody like a Ricochet a dark horse? He just won the Speed title. Triple H definitely giving Ricochet a lot more love. We'll see. You can always be brought back, Larry. They've done a loser leaves WWE match where the guy is back. Ridge Holland just retired for a week. It happens. We'll be fine. He calls it the Demon King if he wants to build the character back up and then take him seriously. Have him make it to the finals in the Carnage makeup, win, and you have the Demon King of the Ring. Interesting. Okay. We got options. I like it. I could see Jordan Grace versus Tessa Blanchard eventually in TNA. It would be very interesting. I don't know where people are at with Tessa Blanchard. That lady comes in with a high level of controversy. I believe I've read stories that certain people have given her forgiveness. So maybe she's moved past her past. I'm all for giving people a second chance if they deserve it. Or a third chance or a fourth chance. I'm pretty forgiving that way, but we'll see. Braun would be a badass King of the Ring. It would definitely help, solidify his stature in the new company, like since being called up. King of the Ring greater than Continental Classic. The Continental Classic is interesting and confusing because, again, we're going to do another Continental Classic this year. And what happens? Do all the belts just go back into the pool? Like, we're having title defenses. It's odd. But, yeah, I'm a big fan of the King of the Ring. Not what it has become. It's been really shit. We've seen a lot of bad, meaningless King of the Rings. But if you can get it back to the old prestige, Austin, Triple H, Booker T, some really good King of the Rings that made that gimmick work. The Demon thing should be a special occasion. He was doing it for every pay-per-view, maybe 4 or 5 times a year. Doing the Demon gimmick would work. Like, do you want to make money, Finn? Put on the makeup. 100%. And again, I agree with you. Make it special once, maybe twice a year. Make the storyline call for it. Make it an escalation. Make it to the point. Remember, it was always, I tried to, I'm in a rivalry. I didn't beat you, or you've been beating my ass. And now I got to go to a dark place. And out comes the Demon. That, to me, is the best way to run it, the best way to do it. TNA needs more knockouts to challenge Jordan Grace. The women's division has gone through a bit of an influx, Damian. I'm surprised. We haven't seen somebody like Emma pop back up, but they've lost some good talent to AEW, to WWE, and they're in a bit of an influx situation. Even the Knockouts tag team division has been a bit of a hot potato lately, so we'll see. As Matt Hardy on fire, we're getting delete chants from the crowd as he lays out Brian Myers. Side effect on Eddie. Gunther versus LA Knight, King of the Ring final. Again, another viable option there, Keyshawn. I have to pay $9.99 for TNA Plus to see Under Siege and other stuff. You get more than just the one, but yes, I don't set the pricing, so asking the wrong person. If Strowman won King of the Ring, Strowman's an option. We could have to try and fake sounding royal like Booker. I'm not finished without. I don't know about Braun Strowman doing a Booker T. I don't know. Might not work. Who wins this weekend between Rey Fenix and Penta? I'm going to go Rey. King Breaker does sound good. Still prefer the King General, though. Yeah. As I got Moose, I got Broken Mac Hardy. Back and forth. Left, right, left, right. TNA Plus allows you to see all of them. All of the TNA pay-per-views aside from the big four, $9.99 a month. John, thank you, Boston. Two of my favorite wrestlers. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, big fan of both guys. I think it's going to be a good match. I'm just thinking that Penta's going to put his brother over. At Survivor Series, best time for the Demon King. Not bad. Again, it's got a call for it. Maybe the bunny could return to. Yeah, we talked about that. Now, again, they killed her. Wow, really late 2 count, really late 2 count. Matt Hardy almost pins Moose. King Corbin, wow. We go back to King Corbin. King Corbin was enough once. Fact. Speaking of kings.
Speaking of enough once, but yeah.
Pause.
So I did pause and still enough one. But yeah, so the headlines are going to read, deranged madman just elbow drops a moose.
Yeah, right. That happens once a week where I live.
That's what I was gonna say. Are you not a huge Moose fan just because
automatically mascot? I played for a hockey team called the Mighty Moose once upon a time.
Hey, well, Phoenix is out there, so I mean,
right?
The Utah Mighty Moose.
There you go. The bunny returning to TNA could work. Yeah, they just have to bring her back to life like they did Eric Young. King Andrade. So a lot of good options for King of the Ring.
Yes. Hesitant on yes, but yeah.
I think Knight should win the King of the Ring. You haven't put a title on him yet and been over. Yeah, King LA Knight might work really well.
I feel whoever we think is going to win this and doesn't wins the Money in the Bank. Like if LA Knight we all get behind of he's going to win King of the Ring and Gunther wins it, then LA Knight's winning Money in the Bank.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, again, we got options and we got lots of shows.
Right.
Bunny wasn't quite the same.
Oh!
Yeah, that would do it. Oh, wow.
Brian Myers just catching speedball midair with a spear. They barely broke that up.
Barely. I think Psycho Clown versus Mike Santana will be in underrated match this weekend. Would you agree, KJ and Nick? Yeah, they're doing like a gimmick match though. Are they not doing like a Psycho Circus match or some shit?
I'm gonna just go ahead and say no.
House of War match. It could be a good match. I mean, again, I'm not. I don't dislike Psycho Clown. I'm a big fan of Mike Santana. Yeah, it should be interesting.
Santana is the big draw in that. If you threw him in, if you replaced him with anybody else, would we be saying the same thing? No.
Yeah, I mean, again, and I think there is, especially with the show of like House of Glory, there is an audience out there that will tune in to see, Psycho Clown. Everybody with a twist of fate. Wrestlers like Penta Jr. and Ray Phoenix will never pop in WWE, but those two hands down for me. If they were a tag team and they came into WWE as like a high flying tag team, and you gave them matches against like the Street Profits and such, I think there's more than ample opportunity for them to be over.
Well, Joaquin Wild and Cruz Del Toro can just slide back to NXT real quick if you do some shit like that. You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. Just slide back real quick.
A bunch of our bus stops had "if you encounter a moose" instructions. Where I've lived in the past as well, you'd get morning moose updates. Like part of the traffic update would be like, you know, all right, there's an accident on this road. There's this. Oh, by the way, 2 moose spotted.
How often did you fuckers run into moose? Like, why is this so prevalent? I understand the calamity that comes if you hit a moose, but I didn't know it was that prevalent.
I had a friend send me a video. Now they're in Alberta. I got a video of literally a moose walking across the lawn, just hanging out. I told you my favorite
is called deer.
No, moose. Like, they're huge.
I understand that, but I'm like, how often did you fuckers hit moose that it need to be
a lot? I had
a public service announcement.
I had a friend hit a moose on a motorcycle and damn near killed him. Shattered.
Well, let's be honest. If you hit anything on a motorcycle, you're fucked.
Right? Especially the TNA champion.
Shit.
But I told you my favorite moose story was I was chilling in the backyard and I was vibing on some vitamins and I was feeling all kinds of good. And it was a young moose came running into the backyard, which was like looking around like, how the fuck did I get here? And I'm like, I don't know. Are you real?
Spirit animal.
What are we doing? I still think Knight is going to be the one that takes the U.S. title from Paul. They have history. It could be, Daniel. Absolutely. No, not very possible. Eventually, you know, Logan Paul's going to lose that belt.
Right. As Moose in the ring post is. Why this random ass table just showed up out of fucking nowhere?
I like LA Knight for the King of the for Money in the Bank. King Knight,
Pawn Rook.
Penta and Phoenix would pop in WWE if again because they're talented. And Ray Phoenix wouldn't have to be breaking his leg all the time or popping his arm out all the time. Again, it's controlled chaos with the WWE.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody, but what is a House of War match?
Just basically,
you have a house and then war.
War. Yeah, essentially a no DQ. Anything goes. There's a ton of shit. Same old shit.
Right.
Wow, Hardy from the top to a table through moves. Holy shit!
Bro, how does he know? Well, I mean, shit, this man's out there already. It's known of to where his spinal cord is, or his hip is fusing with his spinal cord because of so much of like leg drops. But like, I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, no, my guy, just do just fall forward. Just fall forward.
But again, I really do think that's partly why Matt Hardy. Oh, we got the Trouble in Paradise kick-ish front kick.
Yeah.
I think Matt Hardy made it very clear that he's a free agent because he wants to get in matches and show people, like, look, I just jumped off the top ropes and I'm fine. Like, he wants to show people I can still go.
That's but the one people that are going to sign him to do that shit is the one company he left and the one company he's at.
Facts. But he doesn't know that. He's hoping. Hope
against hopium.
Oh, we got the flipping Meteora on the apron. Myers down. Speedball down. Not a bad main event here, folks.
Oh, Trent Seven with the fucking burning hammer. 1, 2.
Nobody likes a burning hammer.
Bro, Alicia Edwards, like
the star of the show.
The faintest of like, and that's what breaks it up.
The star of the show, Alicia Edwards. Where's Anthony?
I'm gonna be silent because I like being on YouTube.
I don't know what
She's
that's
the tank that just ain't ate.
Left lane congested of antlers. Man, during like the spring, like when they're like all making babies and the babies don't know any better, and they're still like a 150-pound child, and they come running across a fucking highway. Yeah. We almost hit a moose when we were driving through the Grand Canyon. There you go. Not just Canadian.
You
know. Casey Navarro versus Laredo Kid. It's going to be a great high-flying match on Sunday. Did they not just fight tonight? They fought in the pre-show tonight.
They literally just did it.
It was good.
Right.
You get moose burgers. You get moose burgers. You get moose balls. You get moose steak.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, yeah, I've eaten moose before and everything. Like, somebody was mentioning about reindeer and all.
Did you buy them dinner first?
What?
Nothing. Eddie Edwards gets the pin.
Oh, but how people have mentioned like reindeer and all of that and everything, which is just caribou, which, yeah, 10 on 10. They're just grown up deer.
This match was insane. It was crazy.
So crazy. We're talking about hunting moose and caribou and deer and, you know, traffic violations caused by moose and everything like that.
Did you see there's plenty of moose knuckles going around? Plenty of moose knuckles, my guy.
Prevalent in Canada. Prevalent in Canada.
Yeah. KJ, we almost hit a moose. Got that one. How old is Matt Hardy? Is Matt Hardy like, I want to say 52-ish?
Old enough that he shouldn't be doing what he's doing, but I will look this up for people's.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. He was born, I think he was born in like 74, 73. It would have destroyed our car. Yeah, 100%. Okay. The big thing that happens, especially with cars, is you take out their legs and their body falls through your windshield and kills you.
They're high enough that, yeah. Matt Hardy is 49.
49. Okay, so I overshot a little bit. Bad at math.
Right, and so that ends TNA's Under Siege, Under Pressure.
That's it. So SmackDown done. Under Siege done. If you want to give us a rating out of 10 on Under Siege, we're all ears. Let us know what you think. Yeah, I mean, a good night of wrestling. I don't know if you and I gave our 2 cents or our rating on SmackDown. I thought it was very solid. I'd take it. I'd give it a nice 7 tonight.
I'll go 7 on the evening.
7 on the evening. That seems reasonable.
Lady of the evening. Lady of the
Luck be a lady tonight. He's 49 years old at the moment. It was on the side of the road on the South Rim. There you go.
Johnson giving us a play-by-play of his encounter with a moose.
AEW never did, and they don't even wrestle Lucha Bros, where they had a great matches. Yeah, again, the tag team division, you would agree, Nick, like that tag team division's
gone. There's anyone out there, tell me past, like, give me 3 tag teams that are currently relevant, prevalent in AEW right now, because there are none.
No, because I'd even argue like the FTR isn't really that relevant right now. And they're probably
FTR is not relevant. The tag team titles aren't relevant. Fucking, that's why we had Private Party. We had one half of them take on Joe because the other half's injured. You have House of Black, Bullet Club Gold, the Acclaim that are all off in the trios division. You had Beretta and Chucky T. You had the Best Friends split up. So there's no tag division at all.
No.
You had Ricky Starks and Big Bill. Starks is out there just waiting on a call from Hunter, and Big Bill is out there just sitting under the fucking learning tree because he drew the fucking short stick.
Have you had Squirrel? Nah, I heard they're nutty though. And Chipmunk. No, I don't think so.
I haven't, but I've had Beaver.
I'm done. That's it. It's over, folks.
That's what you call a parlay. That's what you call a Avante.
Right? Ashante. Let's go. But yeah, folks, what else we got here? Fucking have a beaver.
We've just gone off the deep end here we've gone in a space-time continuum of we're going to be back at it like a jackrabbit in less than about 12 hours here.
Yeah.
When we're here live with Brunch with the Boys. So like I said, we've got you covered with all the matches and all the mimosas. We've got you covered from, all the croissants to all the, crisscrosses and everything. We've got you covered from all the graps to all the baguettes. So we got you covered on all the ways.
All the ways, folks. It's going to be a fun one. We can't wait to get back at it again. Brunch with the Boys 9. The Acclaimed haven't really been.
You just keep throwing that number out and just hoping it's correct.
Just arbitrary. We'll figure it out. But bring back the North, the TNA. Yeah, let's go. That's what should happen. Is Scott D'Amore leads the North back into Team Canada. Bring them all back and have Scott D'Amore raid TNA.
No, what you need is Scott D'Amore to just be waving the fucking flag for the Maple Leafs when they take on the Bruins and everything. Right. You need that good juju. You need that good Canadian juju.
I'm going to let you read this one. This one is not for me.
That's not a beard on Nick's face. It's the fur he brought back from him from the beaver from the Y. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
Now I want a beaver tail. Son of a bitch. Gator, shark, snake. I've had gator. I haven't had the other two.
We this is how you can tell I grew up in the boonies. Of we used to have at the end of the year because we had like greenhouse class and everything like that. We had the Roadkill Cafe at the end of the year and everything, to where everybody that brought in whatever their family hunted, whatever. That's why I've had fucking like quail man with dog and all of that. I've had partridge. That's where I had beaver, not being sexual. All of that, yeah.
No hetero.
No. Yeah, no. It's one of those of. Look, I've had bear. I've had caribou. I've had moose. I've had elk. I've had venison. Yeah, I'm big into. To me, I'm a big proponent of eating wild game. And all of that, like, it's way healthier than the shit you get at the grocery stores.
100%. Let's go. What's your favorite match on Under Siege? To be honest, I'm going to have to rewatch some of it. Parts of it we missed for obvious reasons, Damien. I thought what I saw of Ali and Ace Austin was really solid. I thought the main event was chaos. It was fun. Decent main event. Didn't see much of Gresham. Anything stand out for you?
FBI won. There we go. We're going with the Italians here, as Boston out here talking shit of Nick grew up in a witch hut right outside of
right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna say last call on the chat. Last call for alcohol here tonight. Actually, I need a refill, but we got more coming your way. Like Nick said, we are back for Backlash. 11:45 a.m. tomorrow morning. We might be a little early, so put that bell on. Go check out all our socials. We got more coming your way. Don't forget our video section, our community section, our short section of YouTube. They're all cooking right now, so go get in there and be a part of that. I'm not clicking on Odd's comment. Sorry, but haha.
Yeah, no, yeah, all of that. 100%,
and again, that's generally my favorite way to prepare one of those. Good night, fellas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We love giving you these streams. We appreciate everyone for joining us. Be a friend, tell a friend, take this link, drop it anywhere you can. And see you in the morning, folks, bright and early.
Yeah, we're a little happy pill of wrestling out here. 100%. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about that wrestling, but up in that full life with it.
Back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow morning from France, folks. Backlash. See you. Good night.